And here it is. It is here. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Here it is. It is here. Here I am. Hope you're there. The session has commenced and your company is required. We're doing it again. Yes, we are. One man went to mow. The eagle hustler.
To the Nigerian national anthem, Mr. Albert Congo raises the flag of the new nation.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
And there it is. Nigeria, we hail thee, and we hail thee. Indeed. So, Nigeria, we hail thee. As guys, I bring you this. So, it's not taking long, and they've already launched after him. Soludo, Governor Soludo'S Ogwata, local government headquarters under heavy attack. So armed men now have stormed Soludo'S compound is what this. Let me not preempt the headline because let me not preempt rather the body of the story because I've not actually read it out. But the headline itself sufficient enough reasons for concerns. Governor Soludo'S Ogwata, local government headquarters under heavy attack. So quite what is in play there. I think we already have our suspicions, but we'll find out just the fullness of it in a moment. So we'll find this out in a moment as well. So they suspended him at the national body, but they've appointed him at the state space. So it shows the potency of this man within the Lagos state political scene. Sanwo Olu appoints MC Oluomo as chairman of all motor parks in Lagos. So the national body of the NURTW has suspended first and then subsequently expelled MC Oluomo for waywardness and not showing sufficient enough contrition when he was suspended. So he has been sacked by the national body that superintends motor parks within Nigeria. But Lagos State have now appointed him. So how does this quite conflict with the national body is the question. We'll find out shortly. Sanwo Olu appoints MC Oluomo as chairman of motor parks in Lagos. So put that in your pipe and smoke it is essentially the thing. So still with our governors and senior politicians under attack, former Ekiti governor Oni others attacked by armed hoodlums during political event. So Tibon Tikuku, Tibon Togun is the Yoruba politics and the Nigerian politics with guns and charms is what that means. Tibon Togun, the politics of Nigeria. Former Ekiti governor Oni, others attacked by armed hoodlums during political event. So what transpired there, we find out shortly. So now there's a little video clip to go with this one. So I'll play you the video clip before I read out the body of the story. But first, the headline. Family of abducted Bank of Agriculture MD Ali Hassan sold Abuja house to raise 100 million naira paid as ransom to terrorists who attacked Kaduna train. So these people now, anyway, let me not preempt the video clip that I'm going to play you, but there's a clip that released by the abductors that speaks contrary now to this headline. So let me just leave that as something for you to reflect on until we hit the story. Family of abducted Bank of Agriculture MD Ali Hassan sold Abuja house to raise 100 million naira, paid as ransom to terrorists who attacked the Kaduna train. So quite what played out there, we find out shortly. This we find out shortly as well. Senate passes bill to establish Transportation University in Buhari's hometown. So there it is right there. And they tell us that this guy is not ruling the country like an emperor. You must please his lordship, and pleasing his lordship will determine if you live or die. The Senate wants to leave, so first, our Senate passes bill to establish Transport University in Buhari's hometown. So there is all the isms in play there: nepotism, cronyism, and any and every other ism that you can contend with. So the usual protocols, click on the like button. You know we've been encouraging that for reasons only that we want to push the platform up the YouTube algorithm, and you clicking on the like button helps in a long way to do that. So click on the like button so that the platform reaches more, and click on the subscribe button whilst you're doing that if you haven't not to do that but done that. You see, this is it. I'm an Oyo man, so being able to speak English at all, a feat in itself. So click on the subscribe button if you haven't done that as well. So click click both buttons, the like and the subscribe. And as we set about the clickings, let me provide a little bit of musical inducement. Your calabash to the ready as we join the Kegites.
Only water, where they see ma. Water, Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́dí àkẹ́kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rè o. Bọ́bí màsà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rè o. Chifu Wáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù rè o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosonama ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodunke ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run méjìkọ. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there you heard it. Ikuku de Riwagbeshe, that ever so potent prayer by the Kegites. So let me see. I want to start sharing the screens with you as I read out the story. So let me share this screen with you. So maybe if you just want to read along, let's see how that is looking. So that looks fairly okay. So let me share the screen with you as I read the stories. Pardon me. Right. Governor Soludo'S Oguata local government headquarters under heavy attack. The Oguata local government area headquarters, Anambra, The Oguata local government area headquarters, Anambra State, is currently being attacked by arsonists believed to be those widely referred to as unknown gunmen in the southeast. The newly sworn-in governor of the state, Charles Chukwuma Soludo, hails from Oguata. The attack began Thursday afternoon when the council the attack began Thursday afternoon when the council headquarters was set on fire by the attackers, who are believed to be the same people that attacked the market in the council, Equilobia. When contacted, DSP Tochukwu said that following the reports of the fire incident at the local government headquarters, the command has deployed men to the area and the situation has been brought under control. Ikenga Tochukwu, who is the spokesman of Anambra State Police Command, also said that men are Ikenga, who is the spokesman of the Anambra State Police Command, also said that men of the fire service have been contacted and they are already battling the inferno. So there it is right there, just a short few paragraphs story, but the body of it quite potent and really quite disturbing. So this is the newly sworn-in governor of that space, of course, as you are all well aware, but that is his welcome party. Unknown gunmen style. We know they call them unknown gunmen, but I think we all have our suspicions that they may well be known gunmen. Sanwo Olu appoints MC Oluomo as chairman of all motor parks in Lagos. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has named Musiliu Akisanya, aka MC Oluomo, chairman of the Lagos Park Management Committee, to oversee the affairs of all motor parks in the state. The park committee has 24 other members. The Commissioner of Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, disclosed this in a statement on Thursday that let me take that again. The Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, disclosed in a statement on Thursday that the committee was in fulfillment of government's promise to ensure that events in the National Union of Road Transport Workers were not allowed to threaten law and order in Lagos. Mr. Sanwo-Olu's government on March the 10th suspended NURTW operations in all Lagos parks following the National Union's suspension of MC Oluomo. Mr. Omotosho explained that the government exercised its constitutional powers to ensure that no vacuum, which could disrupt the state's peace, was allowed to exist in the parks. He added that ensuring peace in the state was a duty the government owed all residents and visitors. According to him, committee members were selected following consultations with stakeholders. The committee members include, and then it goes on to give us a list of their names. Omotosho directed the committee members to report to the Ministry of Transportation Alausa Secretariat in Ikeja. So there it is right there. Still a short read, but still a potent one as well. So this now, essentially, they are side-swiping a national body to favor what essentially is essentially their godfather's muscle man. This is what Lagos State has done. The NURTW, of course, the National Union of Road Transport Workers. So national, that is the first word. National Union. So they've swiped, they sidetracked that national body to favor this MC Oluomo, who has a retinue of criminalities alleged against his name and who is universally acknowledged to be Tinubu's muscle man. So Tinubu's muscle man, let me actually remove that. I'm not quite sure if the screen sharing adds anything to the. So let me remove that and just read it out as we do traditionally. We experiment and see if it works or not. So that's what's going on. Former Ekiti Governor Oni orders attacked by armed hoodlums during political events. The convoy of the Social Democratic Party governorship candidate in the June 18 Ekiti governorship poll, Chief Segun Oni, was on Wednesday attacked at Efon Alaye in Efon local government area of the state. It was learned that members and supporters of the party were attacked with guns, cutlasses, and other dangerous weapons on arrival at the town for the former governor's consultative meetings with SDP members in the council area. Thugs reportedly shot into the air, forcing people to run for safety. Vehicles were damaged, and several members of the SDP party sustained various degrees of injury, a source disclosed. Campaign Director, Media and Publicity Jackson Adeboye Bayo, in a statement titled, Oni escaped assassination in Efon as APC thugs attacked convoy, said the attack came after the former governor had successfully toured 9 local government areas in the exercise, which began on Monday. Shortly after the Efon local government, members and supporters of the SDP had converged at the venue to wait for the arrival of the party's governorship candidate, Asiwaju Oni. So he's now added an Asiwaju to his name as well. Asiwaju Oni. The thugs started to shoot guns and attacked the SDP supporters with sticks and cutlasses. Some supporters were badly injured, and vehicles in the convoy were damaged by thugs before the arrival of a detachment of police, which overpowered the thugs. The spokesperson of the State Police Command, Sunday Abutu, confirmed the incident, saying the hoodlums went to the venue to disrupt the consultation process of the SDP candidate, Engineer Oni. So he has moved from Asiwaju now to Engineer, all within one piece. He said the police were able to ensure there was no breakdown of law and order, adding that an investigation into the incident had begun. Everything changes but remains the same within the Nigerian space. That's Nigerian politics for you. Tibon Togun. So before the readout of the next talking point, let me play you this video which sets the tone, and then I'll read it out to hear then the contrary view. So first, this clip.
Rasulullah, amma ba mu da ne zaman da muka kama wayannan mutanen nan a jirgin kasa kun ba ga sanan da kun gansu wannan da cikin iko Allah da neman alfarma da yayi tayi da yanayin ganin tsofarsa da yayi shine muka tausaya masa yanzu da yanayin wata na Ramadan muka fitar da shi zamu mika wa ƴan uwarsa. Amma wannan gwamnati kusan abin da kuke kai wannan ba komai bane, mun dai tausaya masa ne, mun mika masa. Gashi nan dai in yana da wani ƙarin bayanin da zai muku sai ya muku kuji daga bakinsa. Wannan dai shine insha Allah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Ina so na shaida muku cewa an tausaya min saboda girma na da tsofana da nake da shi aka ce in fita. Amma ina so shaida muku cewa na ba al'umma a baya da dama kuma suna cikin yanayin da suna buƙatar taimako da ɗaukaka na a fito da su da wuri. Ina fata gwamnati za ta samu shugabannin wannan ƙungiya ta magana da su da a samu fito da su da wuri. Assalamu alaikum.
Sani kuma cewa wannan takaitacce ne abin da muke faɗi. Ko ku gaggauta zuwa ku tuntuɓe mu ko kuma mu mai da mazaunin su kwata. Mun sheke su ba wani abu bane a wurin mu, kuma ba kuɗin ku muke bukata ba. Don in don kuɗi ne ba za mu yi wannan abin ba. Ko kun san me muke nema a gare ku. Ko ku gaggauta ko mu aiwatar da abin da muke bukata. Wannan shine sakon mu a takaice. Alhamdulillah.
So there you heard it. We don't need your money, but you know what we need, so be fast about it. So this headline and then subsequent story then runs contrary to that. Family of, and by the way, this story relates to the man in the white kaftan. Family of abducted Bank of Agriculture MD Ali Hassan sold Abuja house to raise 100 million naira paid as ransom to terrorists who attacked Kaduna train. The managing director of Bank of Agriculture, Awan Ali Hassan, was on Wednesday set free by terrorists who attacked a Kaduna-bound train after his family paid 100 million naira ransom. Correspondent gather. Ali Hassan and others were abducted last Monday, March the 28th, by bandits who bombed the Kaduna-bound train carrying over 362 passengers. 8 people were confirmed killed and 26 others injured in the attack. The Nigerian Railway Corporation (NRC), was confirming the incident, said about 362 passengers were on board the ill-fated train. According to the NRC, whilst about 182 have safely reunited with their families, about 162 other passengers remain missing. So let's just pause there for a moment. That's quite a figure, actually. That's about half the train, essentially. So, according to the NLC, whilst about 182 have safely reunited with their families, about 162 other passengers remain missing. So, remain missing can only mean one thing because this happened going on a week ago. So they've either found ways to have reunited with their family, which we would know, or they have been killed, which they have not told us, or they are with the bandits, which is even a worse fate. 162 people. This is it, Nigeria. Um, According to the NLC, about 182 have safely reunited with their families. About 162 other passengers remain missing. A source close to the family said Ali Hassan was released after paying a ransom of 100 million naira. The terrorist had initially demanded a ransom of 200 million naira. Correspondents learn. The source added that a mansion belonging to the BOA boss was sold to raise the money. They sold his house for millions to pay his ransom. They collected 100 million naira, though they initially asked for 200 million. The house was sold for more than 100 million naira, but we are happy he's back with us. According to him, those who abducted him were not normal Fulani bandits, but Boko Haram members, judging by their accent, the source said. So this is the recurring thing that all the victims are saying, that this thing actually not really the usual criminal bandits, but really more full-blown terrorists. But terrorists demanding 100 million naira, those are criminals still to me. Our Senate passes bill to establish transportation university in Buhari's home state. So nepotism Nigerian style. The Senate has passed the bill to establish the Federal University of Transportation in Daura, Katsina State. This followed the consideration of a report by the Committee on Tertiary Institutions and TETFUND at plenary on Wednesday. In his presentation, the chairman of the committee, Ahmed Baba Kaita, APC Katsina, said the establishment of the university would allow Nigerians to access modern knowledge, emerging technology, and skills in the transportation industry. Mr. Keita said the institution will provide the required knowledge to prospective students to enhance Nigeria's transportation sector and make them drivers of the industry. He said that the development of the transport sector by knowledge transfer and capacity building would generate employment opportunities for Nigerians. The envisaged University of Transportation has immense benefits, especially in closing the huge gap in knowledge about transportation business and enhancing technical skills. It will also ensure technology transfer from the most developed nations such as China, United States, South Korea, etc., to benefit the Nigerian transportation industry, Mr. Keita said. He said that the university is expected to provide the workforce needed. He said that the university is expected to provide the workforce need of the Nigerian transport system and the Nigerian railway to make it the first in West Africa. So whatever that means, that is essentially what you said. So citing a university in who is going to go there is, by the way, I'm not sure that anybody is traveling from Lagos. So that is a university then that would just rot away. Nobody is going to populate it. Canada to ban. So this wasn't the headline that I read out, but it's one of the things that I advertised. Canada to ban Nigerian orders from buying homes. Canada is set to ban Nigerians and other foreigners from buying homes for 2 years as price of real estate properties soar in the North African, not North African, but North American. Canada is set to ban Nigerians and other foreigners from buying homes for 2 years as the prices of real estate properties soar in the North American country. The measure will help the country provide billions of dollars to spur construction activities in an attempt to cool off a surging real estate market, Bloomberg reported on Thursday. According to the international news platform, the ban would be contained in Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland's budget today, according to a person familiar with the matter who asked not to be named because of privacy. However, so this is not specifically geared actually towards Nigerians. It's what I'm gleaning from this. However, the foreign buyer ban won't apply to students, foreign workers, or foreign citizens who are permanent residents of Canada, the source said. The move signaled that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau the move signals that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is becoming more assertive about taming one of the developed world's most expensive housing markets, and that the government is growing more concerned about the political backlash to inflation and the rising cost of housing. Home prices in Canada have surged more than 50% over the past 2 years. Imagine that. The market saw a record monthly increase in February as buyers acted ahead of rate increase by the Bank of Canada, taking the benchmark price of a house to 869,000 Canadian dollars. Canada, one of the top destinations of Nigerians, has witnessed an upsurge of global immigrants of late, including Nigerians in their 20s and 30s who relocated after the NSAS protest in October 2020. The government of Canada has also said it targets receiving 1.2 million immigrants from 2021 to 2023 in order to make up for a shortfall caused by the C-19 pandemic. So there it is right there, the price of housing in Canada. Baba Korea, I see you. Ajanle Koko, I see you. I see you, Rational Mind, and I see you, Ete. So actually, let me get rid of this reddish something. Is far too garish. So Baba Korea, I see you. Does this affect you though? This thing going on in Canada. How is this playing out for you?
Which one is that?
The price of the housing market, something or the other.
Anyway, it is not affecting me anyway. But housing in Canada is very expensive right now.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly. I was just trying to make some changes, but carry on. Yeah.
Yeah, based on that news, it is not new because that has been going on for a couple years. Though we know that all over the world there is an issue with shelter, like accommodation, housing, and stuff like that, which is one of the main thing that the world really needed right now, and food. Those are the two things. So Canada is not exception. So one of the problem Canada is having is that you see when these rich people, when they came here and they buy a house, they will put it on rent and they will go back to their business. So the house the house price in let's say in 2019, the house that we buy like maybe like let's say in my city, the small city that I live, you can get a nice house for like
Or where do you stay, Baba Kure?
I stay in New Brunswick.
Oh, New Brunswick. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you in Canada? Are you in Canada yourself, Grant?
Yeah. I'm in Ontario. Yeah.
So okay, I'm going to point finger to you as well. Yes, so you see, in Atlantic region of Canada, things are a little bit cheaper, like housing and stuff like that. So in my city, the house, a very decent house that you can buy for like, let's say $150,000. That type of house in Toronto will be like 400, 500,000. So now that is where Grant came in. You see, you guys in Toronto,
They're the ones
the
ruining the market.
house you have there, you know what they do? The 1 million house they have in Toronto, when they sold that house, they will move to New Brunswick, move to Nova Scotia, move to Prince Edward
move to
Island,
Alberta.
move to Newfoundland and Labrador, and you see that 1 million they can use to buy 5 houses.
Yeah.
So now we are here, we are in the masses of scotting ourselves. But we get out of that before the problem came anyway.
Yes, you know, the one thing I've always recommended to people is that buy house, buy land, because you cannot lose money if you buy both.
Yeah, exactly. you can never lose. Like, let me give you an instance here. Okay, but just continue. Maybe when you're done.
Okay, so like my own house, when we bought it, it was like over 100,000. The same house last year they want to give us 190,000.
You should have bought two. You should have bought two.
And that
How long was this? 290,000.
That was just 2 years.
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago we bought it.
That's a very small amount of money.
No, that's nearly 100% increment, you know.
So now they want to give
that's
us
nearly 100%.
They want to give us about 190,000. Then I said,
okay,
because the price house is very high. Then when I sold my house, then I will be live on the streets. So
there you are.
These are the things that Grant and Co. Because he is one of them. When they sold their house in Toronto, which is about 1 million, then they will come here and buy 5 houses one time. As a matter of fact, they are not even going to go to bank. They just pay. Even if you see somebody now, okay, I put maybe this house I want to sell it for 300,000. They are not even going to prices. These people from Toronto, they just pay it cash. They will not even go to bank. They just pay it cash and they go on their business. They put it on rent and they go on their business. And one of the things is that you see the pandemic brought about issue of working from home. So people from Alberta, from Toronto, from British Columbia.
Okay, they have no need to work to be in the city anymore.
Exactly. So they can just
because that culture is not going to change, or even post-pandemic, because that culture has now been formed.
Exactly.
Yeah, the culture has been formed. Yeah.
So now they can just move to anywhere they want. So like I said, they sold their house for like maybe 500,000 house in Toronto. You come here, you buy 2 houses. So they just bought one and they stay in it and they start working from home. So that is Grant and his people. That's what they are doing.
Yes, it's very cheeky of the person. It's very cheeky of the person who wrote this thing. It says Canada to ban Nigerians. You know, but it's nothing to do with Nigerians. So it was just to me, very cheeky of whoever wrote that.
They just put because they know that Nigeria. There's no doubt a lot of Nigeria are coming here to those people that steal our money.
Yeah,
there's no doubt about that. I think that is why they say that. But if
because Canada is the new United States now, they are getting somewhat fed up with the United States because of too many.
If you really want to talk about those people who are buying house, you try Chinese. Try Chinese. those are the people that really
those
buy
ones, they
houses
just
in
buy
Canada.
up streets now. They don't buy one houses. They just buy a whole street.
When you go to British Columbia, that is their city. You see them. You see them.
That's something that
But Baba Korea, if you get the opportunity, buy land. Buy land.
If you give me some money, I will do.
No, because that's still the entry point. Because now, if you buy land now, but I know what I'm saying. But rational mind.
I understand what you are saying too.
Yeah,
I understand what you are saying.
Yeah,
rational mind is gone.
All right. Yeah, Grant wanted to say something, so let's take Grant and then we come back to you.
Yeah, so it's one man is crazy here in Toronto, man. It's crazy. Okay, so I stay in Brampton here. Okay, and then I have a house. I bought the house I bought it in 2018. I bought it for 500,000. Now houses are selling for 1.1 million.
Exactly.
1.1 million. You know.
And that was 4 years ago. You bought it 4 years ago.
Yes, 4 years ago. Yes, 2018.
It's over 100% increment.
It's over 100% increment. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm a house person. Anyways, I have another house in Kitchener. You know, so I'm a house. I that's what I do in Nigeria back in Nigeria. So I still do it in Nigeria though.
So you are one of them.
You see what he just said now. That's a portfolio right there, because what he's going to do is going to take that, maybe take about 300,000, 400,000 out of that equity.
Exactly. So that was exactly what I did.
And then buy 3 more houses.
Exactly. That's exactly what I did. So I took out equity from this one, and then I bought the other one. Very easy. Yes. So now I'm going to take out equity from that one.
The money from the equity, it will pay for that house plus the rent, and then you can just continue to.
So I rented. So I rented the house. The house pays for the mortgage.
Yes.
It pays for the equity, right? So, and I still have about $1,000 left. You know, so it's just a very, very good thing to do. Believe me, Babakure.
That's why it's always recommended to keep your credit good. If you keep your credit good,
very, very important. That's the first thing first. Keep your credit. In fact, my credit score is over 800. 800 is about 830 right now, over 900. Yes. Right, so
because it not only affects the quality of loan, because you can get loan or even with back credit, but you pay through the nose.
You pay a lot of
interest. You're going to pay a lot of a lot of interest on that. So
send that down to you.
It's crazy.
And by the way, that's what the engineer is doing in Birmingham as well. He's bought half of that city. Yeah.
Oh,
all these landlords.
That's very good. Very good.
Oh yeah, go on there, Rational Mind.
I just want to direct this to Baba Korea and the other guy here. Is it Grant? Because currently right now I'm in British Columbia, in Vancouver here.
Oh, British, nice.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on vacation actually. Trying to see the possibility of moving down here. But from what I can see, the housing. In fact, I saw that headline this morning when one man said they banned Nigeria. I was like, okay. But the headline I saw here, I read online here, was that Trudeau is trying to restrict people from investing into the real estate market here, especially foreigners, because from what I read, they said maybe about 20% increase in the cost of housing here on average, like $65,000, $650,000 United States dollars to buy. In fact, when I came here, a lot of things I saw here was just so too much. Because I'm thinking of wanting to move here and buy a house here. And I come to realize that Vancouver, BC here is way. In fact, if you guys, I know if you guys have been here, you see that they have a lot of skyscrapers here. They're just people living on top of each other here. It's just too much. So that's to tell you how the housing market here is so tight. So my question to Baba Korea is that you are on the other side, which is on the east part of Canada, right?
I'm sorry, I was talking to my daughter. Can you repeat that, please?
I mean, are you on the east part of Canada, right?
The middle of Canada.
East?
Do I even know?
Because you were saying
I
something
think
about
so.
Atlantic side of
Yeah,
Canada,
it's east.
cheaper.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So, but then one man is saying that it's cheaper. People from the United States are moving here. I tell you, the housing market here is way more than that of the United States.
Yeah, the housing market here is very crazy than United States.
Crazy right now.
United States is very cheap compared to Canada. Very, very cheap.
It is.
Yeah.
Because when you're buying a normal home here for about $650,000.
No, I didn't say it's cheaper. I said people are getting fed up with the United States and they're not looking to Canada because of your immigration rules, your discrimination.
And one of the reasons why house is very expensive here is that there is a low. I would say maybe the construction of new buildings are very minute. Why they have a lot
of demand? The demand is very high. Demand is very high.
Why they have a lot of permanent residents, students coming in.
But you know one thing I see here different from where I'm from is that there are hardly, in fact, being a very big city here, I hardly see homeless people, like tents around, like we see in my area where I'm from. There are hardly tents around here, despite the housing market so tight here.
What area are you from, though?
You are from the ghetto now in America. What are you talking about?
Okay, you came in from the US, so okay.
Rational mind. What's the weather over there?
Oh,
you want to move to Ajaleko?
What's the weather? What's the weather now? What's the weather?
Hold on.
It's cold and cold.
That is why you don't see. That is why you don't see homeless people. You don't see homeless people when it's too cold. You don't see them on the street.
I have not.
But wait. National mind. Did you come in from the United States or?
Yeah, I came here just on the.
Okay. I came through. What are you into though? Are you into IT? What area?
I wouldn't like to disclose much on that. But one man knows me that I'm into. I'm a jack of all trades. But what I'm saying is jack of all trades. I'm into.
Is a drug dealer.
Oh, there you go. So anyway, so I just want to put it at that. So well, I'm just here on vacation, but then trying to see because I love it here. I mean, it's very beautiful here, very diverse.
It's a more civilized country than America. Far more civilized.
I will say that. I will give it to Canadians.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful here, man. Walmart is beautiful.
Right now, it's sunny here right now.
What do you mean that it's more civilized than America?
I knew Adali was going to talk. I knew.
No, because it's predicated on a British template. So that's it's predicated on it. So that makes it more civilized.
Victoria and then some Victoria, BC.
You know the Queen is still there, something or the other.
Of course,
it's the head of state.
Yeah.
So the housing market, I must say, I mean, here you see a lot of the Indians, the Asians. They bought everything here. All the skyscrapers you see here, they are owned by these Indians and the Asians. They bought everything.
Particularly Chinese.
Chinese, yeah, they are more here, and Japanese too. So I mean,
here in Toronto, is Indians buy a lot of things here, man.
Yeah,
even the Chinese thing,
yeah. So for me,
but here we Africa.
I mean, I think most Africans here, they just buy single homes and they just live in their single homes. They don't really invest like that. Maybe except Nigerian politicians that comes here and buy. I mean, there's some kind of real estate agencies here that pull money together and they buy skyscraper and then they rent it out and then they share the whatever. You know,
rational mind. You said politicians buy property in Canada. I didn't know they were buying property in Canada too.
They were.
Because they are fed up with America. You know, America and their laws and their restrictions.
But isn't it looted money?
It is. And that is why Trudeau. That is one of the reasons why Trudeau is putting a break on that, because if they come in here, they can afford to buy. Like for example, an average Canadian, how much is he making? And then you are starting to buy like $650,000, which is about $870,000 worth of Canadian dollars. How much is in handy that he's going to be able to do that?
Yes, but the Asians and Indians have been doing it since.
When Nigerians or other foreigners like Indians, they come here, they have money bags, they can afford to even inflate the price because they know that it's a real investment for them. They will afford to be able to buy for that amount, even put something on it for you. So that's why Trudeau is putting a break on that. Because it's so crazy, I must say to you. I've been looking into their real estate properties here because I love it here, but I tell you, I cannot afford it. For me, I can't afford it. It's so crazy that how could I buy a house here when in my home where I'm from, I can buy,
I can buy at least almost like 2 properties with that.
Yeah, that's right. I know.
No. You know what they say? They say location, location, location. If you are buying in what is essentially the Victoria Island of Canada, you cannot compare it with, let's say, Surulere or Anthony Village or America.
Like where I am, because I'm living in Ajegunle.
No. We'll see your house over Bakure. That looks like a millionaire row.
One man. Can I ask a question?
Go on.
Because this thing shocked me that they are even buying property in Canada. Looted money.
Yeah, but they buy property all over the world now.
And they accept the money and they know it's looted money.
No, they don't go there and tell them it's looted now.
Looted, exactly.
But do you know how looted money works? Let me explain how looted money works for you. They'll take the money and then they go and park it in some offshore tax haven, like the Cayman Islands and places like that. And then they will move that money through a series of about 5-6 different companies. All of that company, they're shrouded in anonymity. And by the time they flushed it out to come out on the other side, the money has no audit, it has no trail. So when they come to Canada, it's just a businessman from with businesses in Europe all over the world.
That is true.
That's it. They don't come in their bags full of dollars now. They just look at this guy.
I don't know. I'm just learning.
Yeah.
But in Canada, you can't open a bank account if you have political affiliation. For example, you are the family member of a politician.
No, you can. If I don't know if that's the law, but you can. If you know that a company is an individual, it's an entity separate. So that's the vehicle that they use now. That's the vehicle. Round of thoughts on that space, Baba. I thought it was just a little story, but when you talk about, we have to do a session on properties one of these days. But Baba, back to you.
Yeah. So, like I said, house here is very expensive. But in our area here in the Atlantic region, it's a little bit cheaper. And if you see it right now, if they put
Baba Kure is cheapo.
That's what I'm saying. Last week, just opposite just beside my street, they put for sale in one house. At that time, I think it was 190,000. Before the end of that week, they've already bought it. So it's not. There is a house just below. Down the road here, it was 290,000 in November last year.
You know, Baba, correct? There's a lot, and I mean a lot, even almost 20% of global something. A lot of illegal money floating around the world at the moment. That they don't know because they're stealing so easily now.
In fact,
but they don't now know how to pack it.
The money they already stole from citizens because of COVID-19 and all kind of thing. Because a lot of people make a lot of money from that too. So that is what is going on. Like a grand family in Toronto, they came here in November and they just bought that house. Within 2 weeks, the house gone. In fact, these people, when they come, they are not even going to price it because they see it to be much cheaper than Toronto. They just whatever you call the price, once this house is nice, they just paid for it one time and done. So in our city right now, house is very expensive. If you come here as a student or as a permanent resident holder or whatever you came with, you will struggle before you get a house. So that is it.
Oh, all right, thank you, Baba Akure. So let's go now to Nigerian politics. Sanwo Olu appoints MC Oluomo as chairman of all motor parks in Lagos. So you know he has been sacked by the national, but now they've appointed. So what do you think is in play there? And do you even approve of that? Yeah.
To me, I hear from people the behaviors of the guy. So it is two sides I'm hearing. Some people say, oh, he's a very good person. Some say he's a very bad guy or whatever. But the only thing I saw was when there was a fight, I think when PDP or APC had a rally in Lagos sometimes and it was shot. Something like that nature. But whichever the way, if truly is riffraff, because as a matter of fact, we don't know how he get money to send his family to abroad to pay tuition fee and stuff like that. So I hear about his sacking, that he was sacked from. But I think the reason why Sanwo Olu gave him this portfolio is that, you know, they don't want him to become nuisance, because in criminology, when you refuse to create job or create or keeps people busy, that is when they start committing crime, and that is exactly what is going on in Nigeria right now. That is why you see a lot of things, killing ritual, kidnapping, all kind of atrocities, all kind of criminal activities, because there is no job. So I think they don't want him to dismantle Lagos for them. So that could be the reason why they, okay, let's just appoint this guy so we keep him busy and we can check him. We can check him, so he's not going to cause havoc or chaos or whatever in Lagos. However, 2023 is on the way right now, right? So they will want him to work for them and see how they can win Lagos, because if they don't give him something terrible may happen. Maybe they start causing chaos in Lagos State. But the only problem I'm having right now is that if you can do that to somebody, this person, to take him away from bad behaviors or whatever, why don't you do it to millions of people that is roaming around the street? Because even this guy is already, he is well to do already. Even if you don't even give him anything, he is well to do. What of millions of youth in Lagos State that doesn't have any job? What are you doing about that? Even what are you doing about their schools? Those who cannot afford afford to pay for the school, or those people that are selling things on the road. What do you do about that? Nothing. So it is just showing to us that it is all our politics, like we always say. It is politics. So they are just working towards 2023. That is what I see there.
All right. Thank you. Let me take you to this space. All night politics, but the politics of Nigeria, go back to 1802 and come back to today. It doesn't change, though. Two things, Ibon, Ogun. Those two things is just bullets and charms. So, to the tradition of Nigerian politics, this guy now, they did him out of the ticket for PDP, and he has now gone to SDP, but still they won't let him rest. Former Ekiti Governor Oni, others attacked by armed hoodlums during political events. So just the tradition, they say guns were fired, cutlasses where people were stabbed, dangerous weapons, charms, and everything, all for this guy just taking his chances. I'm not a fan of Segun Oni, but I'm certainly not a fan of this sort of politics. It will never change, will it, Baba Kure?
Well, it is very sad. And I think this is one of the reasons why some people just abstain from voting, because they want to live longer, even though even Nigeria is not that good, but still nobody want to die. That's why you see a lot of people stay away from polling booths. So they are conducting primary, or they are still preparing for election now, and all these things are happening. So what do you expect on election day? Because in fact, we have to take note. If that is under if election hold in 2023 is going to be a very tough one. It's not going to be like a child play. It's going to be, because we've already seen a lot of things that is happening in Nigeria right now. So it's going to be a very tough one that we ever experienced before. But that is Africa politics for you. It is very shameful that we still didn't get ourselves organized. Because when we talk, we say, oh, you always refer to this place. Can't we just learn once? Can't we just learn? Even from Ghana, Though we know that the last election there was some issue with Ghana election and stuff like that too. But can't we, because their own is still relatively better, even much more better, 90% better than the way we conduct our election in Nigeria. Why can't you copy good things? Why is it that everything must be forced by force by force by force? Can't we just take it gently? They had election here. I think that was last year. Nobody even knew if there was election, because everybody still go to their businesses. They go to the polling booth. Your employer will give you time to go and vote. You vote. You go back to your work. So can't we just emulate that? Can't we just use our senses? Oh, let's just do this thing once and for all, like normal human being. It is very shameful anyway.
Do you people have early voting in Canada here?
Yes, we do.
So from what time to what time do you do that? I mean, how early?
I never voted before, but maybe next one will be my first time of voting.
Why not? Why have we not voted? Do you not have the option to do it by post? Can you not do it by post?
You can do it by post. They will mail you your
thing. So we'll do it by post. That's how I vote. I vote by post. I don't
myself, I get the ballot paper. They send it to me, so I can always send it back.
They will mail it to your house. So it is up to you to.
You must always vote. How can you not vote? When we are. You go to Korea and you start to look at this guy.
No,
you have the authority to be telling people to vote in Korea.
Because I was never qualified before.
Okay.
So I just qualified a few months back. I was qualified to vote.
Okay. So, that's fair.
So that is it. That's why I'm saying that. Okay, maybe in the next few months I will be able to at least to exercise my right too.
But it's just a thing though, because if you look at the field in Ekiti State, Abiodun Oyebanji, that's the APC guy. So that's Fayemi's man. In Ekiti. Yes, in Ekiti. BC Kolawole, that's the PDP man. So that's Fayoshe's man. But Olusegun Oni is the SDP man. So out of the three that are really potentials, he stands the most potential because he has name recognition. I don't think anybody knows anything about these people. So there's a very real chance that Ekiti State, if the elections are free and fair, especially with this new law, if that is able to tighten things up more, there's categorically no reason why Segun Oni should not take that state. And that is why essentially, so they've reverted to old ways.
Sorry to cut you. I don't doubt about that, because he has been there before and he is well known. And I think that is the reason why they are doing all these things to frighten him, so that so that he won't be able to stand right and fight for the position. Because he has been there for a very long time. He is a well-known person. Well, they are all criminal anyway, but at least his name rings bell in Ekiti State. So I think that is the reason why they are trying to intimidate him.
All right. Hopefully they won't solve. He's an ex-governor, by the way. He was ruled that space.
He was once a governor.
Yes. So hopefully we'll continue to watch that space. Now, I wasn't even giving it any particular attention. But over and above all of them, I want him to win. But this guy has won, but it looks as though the welcome party, immediately they come to visit him. Governor Soludo'S Oguata local government headquarters under heavy attack. No surprises, but Baba Kore for guessing who is attacking. Unknown gunmen is what. Yes, so there it is right there. So the welcome party, I don't think it's completed quite a month yet, and already, they're after him. So it never changes, and it will never change in the East. Baba Kore.
Well, it is very funny, and that because I read the news that unknown gunmen attack him and stuff like that. And remember, a few days back, I think he was requesting for amnesty, giving amnesty for IPOB. They don't want his amnesty or something like that nature. Maybe that is why
you know what is doing.
Him.
You know what is doing, Baba Kore, that I was waiting for the backlash because it's trying to sanitize that space, especially that state, and that state does not want to be sanitized. you know what he has done? He has gone to the motor parks and he has chased away all of the touts, all of these ticket people.
Okay.
And then he wants to digitalize it. So everybody gets a chip that you just you pay via that. So he's cleaning up all that. He's removed the office of the first lady because it's not a constitution. His wife will just be his appendage at functions. He's cancelled out the sit-at-homes, and he's gotten all the market women and the traders to say no more of this. So it's moving quite heavy, and these people that are feeding off these things, they respond.
Yeah.
And you know how they respond.
That is true. Anyway, I mentioned when I was talking about the issue of Oluomo and co. When before things like that we work, like chasing people away from where they get little things, you have to be able to provide another avenue or opportunity for everybody to be gainfully employed. If not, you are going to breed a lot of criminality, and that is what we are experiencing in Nigeria today, because a lot of people are not working. So, and that he is from Anambra, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for you to do all these things, you have to provide at least another alternative. To me, if I were him, I would just cool down first and study things very well, because if you are outside, you cannot be as much as somebody who's ruling the state. You can be making noise from outside, but when you are really when you are in charge, then you will be able to understand how to deal with some issue. You cannot just come to a place not quite 1 month. You don't even know what is going on yet, and you start doing so. That is why you get that backlash anyway. I think anyway. So that is my take on that. You should just take it low, little first, study everything, then provide the alternative mayor, then go from there. And sorry, woman, and I read in newspaper today, right? That one professor from the same eastern part of Nigeria said that if anybody said that if any Igbo or anybody said that what IPOB is fighting for, if they think that is relevant, that they need to check themselves, something like that. So there are some elites that also support IPOB too, a lot of them. So they might be doing undergroundly. So the man need to just cool down, study everything, then you can move forward from there.
All right, thank you, Baba. Correct. So this space now, the train incident, Kaduna, Abuja, family of abducted Bank of Agriculture MD Ali Hassan sold Abuja house to raise 100 million naira paid as ransom to terrorists who attacked the train. So what exactly, because even Thomas is the one that's always asking, what do these people want? What do these people want? So they come under the banner of wanting a puritanical Islamic state, but under that banner, their whole activity is just basic criminal banditry. They kidnap people for ransom, they hold people hostages for a payoff, they rob places. So this is nothing to do with religion. So should we just attack these people? Because in that clip, they were saying they were not after money, but they sweated this one man for 100 million. By the time they've done, because they say there are 162 people missing, by the time they've gone through all that, we're talking multiples of billions to these people who say that they are ideologues.
Well, we don't know what they want. It is them know what they want, but we can also speculate that they want their own state. Because I was listening to Arise News this afternoon, and one of them was saying that they don't know what they want. They don't know this as well. They know what they want. Maybe they know what they want. Maybe they want their Islamic State, because remember, over a year now, they listed some names of those who are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. Are they Christian or Muslim? Are they from the southern part of Nigeria or from the northern part of Nigeria? They are all the names that we had in that list are affiliated to Muslim name. However, they are mostly from the northern part of Nigeria. So now, when Igbo is agitating for IPOB, for Biafra nation, and Yoruba also, part of few Yoruba people, or maybe let me just say some, agitating for Yoruba nation, then some people put themselves together and they say, okay, we are the
Babakure, are you making a distinction between the Eastern agitation and Boko Haram?
No.
Because I do not see that. But do you? Is there a distinction in your mind?
I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying, what do they want? They want their own Islamic State. Is that not what they want?
Yes, but is that not what they want in the East as well? So what's the difference?
But the way they carry it is not like the way they carry it in the northern part of Nigeria.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Are we not just hearing what's happened to Soludo now? Who wants to?
So anyway, I'm not going to attach on.
Okay, but that's not how it goes in the West, though.
So I'm not going to.
But they too are agitating. You don't see them kidnapping anybody, burning any buildings, taking ransom, shooting people.
But have you ever heard anybody kidnapped for ransom in eastern part of Nigeria too?
They do, but not like in the north.
Okay, well, honestly, I never aware of that. I know that people being shot and
I'm just if we look at it, detached emotions, then we cannot really say that there's that big a difference in both agitations. They're both violent agitations. That's one thing we know. So there's a lot of violence in the East, and certainly even more violence in the northwest or northeast. So they both have that in common. They both want to secede from Nigeria, one on religious grounds, the other on grounds of ethnicity. There's kidnappings in the space, there's killings in the space. So there's just so much commonality between the two narratives.
Well, like I said, I know that some people been killed in the eastern part of Nigeria, but that issue of ransom, I never aware of that. And also, I am not going to compare the level of violence in the eastern part of Nigeria to that of northern part of Nigeria. And we have to look at it this way. I'm not supporting Igbo. I'm neither against Igbo. I never support them. But we have to tell the truth. It was never like this until when the federal government of Nigeria shut down that place. They started, because we continue talking about this thing. They started with issue of raising flag until when the Python dance came up and arrested Nnamdi Kanu, shot some people dead in his house and jumped bail. It was never like this. So now, if we are going to justify this case, why government did not even send a ton of army they dispatched to East? Why they didn't take half of that and take them to go and fight in Kaduna? This is not issue of tribalism, but we just have to. The truth must be told. Even if there is a violence in the eastern part of Nigeria, we all know that it is caused by the government because of issue of hatred. So, how much have they done now? Because they shut down East now. Put all the energy, put it in the eastern part of Nigeria. How much more have they done now to issue of this Boko Haram, or this issue of kidnapping, or this issue of bombing train? That me as a person is going to pay part of it, because there is no way. The part of the money they borrow from China. Even if I don't pay directly, I will pay indirectly.
Anybody that sends money home to Nigeria, you are paying for that train.
Exactly.
You're paying.
So, how much effort have you put into that? Have many effort, but you can channel all your energy to the east. because of just little raising of flag and all kind of things. But the one that is even consuming the whole Nigeria, you left it, you are pampering them. Then we hear now they pay 100 million. Though they are denying it, that some people say, oh, they didn't pay money, they didn't pay, but we are hearing that they pay 100 million. How many people can afford 100 million? How many people can even afford 1 million in Nigeria? How many people? Out of that 160 that still left, how many of them can afford even 200,000 to be paid to ransom? I mean, to be paid to terrorists, so to get their freedom. How many? So we must tell ourselves the truth. I'm not saying that there is no violence in this part of Nigeria, but government also should channel their effort, the much effort they devoted for the eastern part of Nigeria, channel it to northern part of Nigeria. Because even we that we are here, it is very shameful when you hear about we hear that your country is doing this, your country, this thing is happening in your country. You'll be so ashamed of yourself and even want to cover yourself. You don't even want to entertain that discussion. You just walk away.
Me, I entertain it too. I tell them everything. I drag Nigeria die.
So one man. So how many?
This paragraph, according to the NRC, whilst about 182 people have safely reunited with their families, about 162 other passengers are missing. Okay. So the figure they gave us was 362 in that train. A lot of people say a lot more, but 162 out of that, that's almost half. Mm-hmm. So half of the train missing. I'm missing since Monday. That doesn't tell you that these people are going to be. Hopefully, they are kidnapped or otherwise they've just been slaughtered somewhere.
You can imagine that. So, how much energy? Because we still go back to the same thing. How much energy government have put into this place or this people to be rescued? But one man, because that man is one figure among them, because it is politician party. They channel their energy and they sold the house or whatever the way they release him. But money must change hand. Terrorists said they didn't collect money. Family said they pay money. So who are we going to believe?
They said they released him because of Ramadan. Did they not know Ramadan was coming before
Ramadan? Why didn't you release what's the name of this guy that
Leah Sharibu or something?
Leah Sharibu. Why didn't you release him release her for Christmas? Or Easter is coming now. Why didn't they release her because of Easter? So it is just
do you think that girl will ever be found? Do you think that girl will ever be found again?
Well, God is great. I'm not going to judge government. God wisdom. So it is partly possible. So
and what state would she be?
I don't know.
If she was alive,
I don't know.
That is if she's still alive.
Because if they find her, they have to rescue her with her 5 children. Because I'm sure they would have, now.
One man, you remember they've been bombing. They've been bombing without their Super Tucano. So they've been bombing that forest lately with that Super Tucano. And the other time we heard that the other faction of the ISWAP, they caught what's his name, Abubakar Shekau, which was how they said he died. Who knows? Maybe they annihilated every other people that were with them there in their camp. So possibly, you see that Nigerian Air Force bombed them out, or maybe the other people do away with them. So that possibility of that girl still alive, for me, I doubt it.
And who would you most like to impress?
I suspect she may well still be, because I don't think she'll be held in a camp permanently. She'd have been married off or sold off or farmed off to,
Yeah, that is quite possible to maybe some.
Yes, that's more likely.
To somewhere
sell off.
To somewhere in Libya or somewhere.
Yeah, or Mauritius. That's where they usually, because they still have slavery there, don't they?
Yeah. Exactly. So where it is very shameful.
No, sorry, not Mauritius, Mauritania. Sorry.
So it is very shameful.
And I wanted to go to that country.
Mauritania.
I don't know if it's Mauritius or Mauritania.
No, it's Mauritius you want to go to. Don't go to Mauritania or otherwise. Bye bye.
So to finalize my own point. So how many people? So we still have about over 150 people now still missing, or accounted for, or unaccounted for.
Yes.
So how many of them can afford even 200,000 naira? The way things are going on in Nigeria now, how many of them can even afford it? So does that mean if any one of them that cannot afford the ransom they have to pay, are they going to be killed? Or
that's what they said. They said if you don't meet our demand. If we use the example of the girl that went on Channel's television, Babakure, as the everyman for that situation. So she was a girl that went to from Kaduna to Abuja to go and submit her CV. You know, so nobody is getting even 1 million from that girl's family. If they sell everything, maybe they come up with 400K.
Okay,
you know.
So you can imagine that. Then there was a doctor in that train that was killed. According to information, she's supposed to travel that Friday of that very week. That is the information I heard anyway. I don't know.
No, it was all over the news. Even Showore made a big deal about it.
Okay.
But, you know, sometimes, we have to humanize some of the stories. That girl, you know, she was, the irony, the hospital that they took the victims to was the hospital she used to work in. And then she resigned a month ago to prepare herself to, I think she was moving to the UK.
Okay.
But think of how much it takes to train a child to be a doctor, especially in Nigeria.
Exactly.
Look at all the expenses, all the hope, all the pride. Imagine the parents on graduation day, and then imagine this. So it's not just that girl now.
In fact, we sat down, we were digesting what she could be doing at that time. Maybe she just paying farewell to his friend.
Yes,
or maybe
goodbye
she
tour.
just even moving from another place to just go to Abuja or to go somewhere and settle down so that can fly out from that. She can fly out from that maybe Abuja to fly out.
One man, is there life insurance in Nigeria?
Life insurance?
I'm not sure.
They don't have car insurance.
No. But is the service provided in Nigeria? If the service is provided, you know, all these insurance companies, they do anything not to pay now. They will be investigating on this kind of issues. I think Nigeria needs to have insurance companies, you know, for all these kind of issues.
I'm pretty sure they do have, but
why are Nigerians not using it? You see, that's another problem.
Solely.
How many? Can I interject?
Yeah.
How many Nigerians how many Nigerians are working? How many Nigerians can afford to pay for that insurance that you're talking about?
The other thing you have to realize about insurance is that you pay premiums in the hope that you never have to call them to take advantage of it. So, like Baba Akure is saying, when you are paying insurance 1 year, 2 years, and you never claimed anything, after a while you abandon it. Now, why am I giving these people free?
And the money is not even coming. You don't even have even the money.
But in a country like Nigeria,
actually they have there's life insurance in Nigeria. I used to have one when I was in Nigeria before I moved down here. So that was
is it expensive for the average Nigerian?
No, the point is that I have a friend that is doing that. Vehicle insurance, house insurance, medical insurance, any insurance you're talking about. But what we are saying is that how many Nigerians can afford it?
No, that's why I'm asking Ajanli Koko. Like, what was
Nigerian doesn't, traditionally we don't really believe in that kind of thing.
Yes, but is it affordable for the average Nigerian?
Well, it depends on the category that you want. That will determine the premium you pay every month. So yes, they have category of the kind of what you get and what you get after.
So that means the average Nigerian can get it then.
Average Nigerian cannot get it.
No.
How many of them working? You have to put that into consideration.
I don't think you have to be working to have insurance.
Other than that, Nigerian mentality is different for what we have here.
Okay, so then it's their fault too.
No. What I'm telling you is that traditionally, Nigeria believe that when death comes, nothing can stop it, and you just die. And then number two is that even when you are working in Nigeria and somebody come to approach you, due to what we know about insurance company in Nigeria doesn't play easily. When there is problem, you can pay. Even on a vehicle, you pay premium. You pay when you have problem with a vehicle. For them to fix your vehicle or it's going to be trouble. So many Nigerians or average Nigerians you are talking about will say, oh, after all, one of my friends told me that he have insurance on his vehicle. When he had problem, they didn't pay him. So what is the point of me having insurance? So
even the
culturally,
the people that get paid, it takes years. They will start chasing the insurance
to be frustrated. You have to be frustrated and forget about it.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Babakure. Hold on. Yeah, Babakure wants to excuse himself. So yeah, we'll see you later, Babakure.
I just want to, within 4 minutes, I will be back.
Oh, all right, brilliant. Thank you, Babakure. So yeah, go on.
Yeah, so, and like I said, culturally, we don't believe in it. It's a very strange thing to average Nigerian that, oh, you can be paying some months, something for your life insurance. If anything happened to you, you will get this sum, your family will get, no. Nigeria, we are not raised like that. So we don't know about it. So that is number one. Then number two, people that have had bad experience with insurance company will say, why am I going to be giving them free money? If God says I will live 80 years or not, and I'm still 30, I'll be giving this. What if the company fold up? So there are a lot of reasons why Nigeria will not. So the system here is different, and they perfect it here in such a way that it works well. But over there, man, Nigeria is I beg.
So why doesn't government get involved in insurance?
Get involved in what way? How do you mean?
To make sure that the average citizen has it, and to make sure that the insurance company pays also.
No. It's they will pay according to your claim, but I'm sure there are, like with public buildings, for instance. I'm sure the law requires insurance, and I think with vehicles the law requires insurance as well. So there are certain things that you are legally obliged to insure.
Yeah. But like this case of the trains, this thing, I think if we have lawyers that can stand up for our people, federal government, I mean, they need to sue federal government for not putting in place security while transporting on their train. You understand what I'm saying? So lawyers supposed to stand up for people that are kidnapped, people that are killed, and all of them, and sue federal government for negligence, for failure to provide security, even CCTV not there to tell. I mean, when you are running a transportation, you should be able to put some safety measure in place. Incident can happen, but what are the safety measures that you put in place? You know, so that if anything happens, we can easily trace one thing or the other and get a clearer picture of how it happened. But nothing like that in place. You don't even have the record. You don't even have what do you call it? Accurate passenger manifest. So, I mean, yeah, things like this happen. It's when you take them to court in a democracy, when you challenge and you take your government to court, and the court rule. Surely, because it is public interest, court will surely rule in the interest of the people.
Are they going to pay? Are they going to pay when you win in court?
Look, payment is one thing. Another thing is that they
pay Igboho 20 billion.
No. Wait. It doesn't look. Whether they pay.
Thomas just makes some figures, doesn't it?
Whether they pay or no pay, but a judgment will be there and it can be referred to anytime. They can make reference to it in another matter. And then some people can push for legislation over that thing that, okay, this is it. This is the way we want this thing be done. They can push legislation and it's going to be a law that when so a similar thing happen, government have to pay compensation. So there's a way to this democracy, but I just wish we can have some good lawyer that can stand up for our people that are victim of this attack and on this train and other people that are injured and stuff like that.
All right. Thank you, Janle Koko. So Baba Korea has had to step away for a moment. So let's come to you, Janle Koko. And that's Segun Oni's space. So they are going after him the traditional way, which is to tell us then that he is the front runner. But how can he not be the front runner when you look at the names that is contending with? Abiodun Oyebanjo, BC Kolawole. So Segun, I suggest that Segun Oni is the man to beat in Ekiti gubernatorial election, Janle Koko.
They will beat him again. He cannot win.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
So steady down now. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
They beat him again. I'm surprised that it's APC that attacked him. I think in the report you said it's APC, right?
Well, that was what was alleged, but they were hoodlums essentially, but almost certainly APC, yeah.
Yeah, they said it's APC members that attacked him. Maybe where he went to was a APC stronghold, and they're trying to prevent him from penetrating that area, and that's why they launched that attack against his convoy so that they can scare them away from that area. But Oni, why I said that I don't think he can win is that he left PDP when he couldn't secure his ticket. When Fayose bagged aspirant won in their primary. The primary was not rigged. It was transparent. But because Fayose, being the former governor and the immediate past governor before the one there now, is the one controlling the structure of the party, PDP party. So he was able to use that strength against Oni. And Oni couldn't secure the ticket, but he was hungry.
But his popularity within the state is a different matter, and I wouldn't suggest, because I saw that primaries too with what Fayose sitting at the right in front of the ballot like an enforcer, and then marshalling people to vote against Segun Oni. So I wouldn't say that was a free process.
Well, if it's not, first of all, let me tell you, he first of all considered defeat. He congratulated the winner. It was the second day or third day he came out again and said he did not accept that result. So he was flip-flopping. So, and my reason for saying that he could not win was that, he was a former governor. They defeated him out. And since then, he had been trying. He never got it. And the party he just moved to, SDP, does not have strength in that state. The two parties that really have structure across the local government in the state are APC and PDP. So APC and PDP candidates are the one to beat. So it is the structure that win, not someone personality. Your personality could help you if you are in a very strong party. But you just move to how many states does SDP control in the Southwest or any place in Nigeria? They don't control anything. So I think he was just trying to. He was just pursuing an effort that cannot yield any results for him. He should have stayed in PDP. They should have worked out something, maybe for him to go for senatorial seat or something like that. I don't see him winning as far as I'm concerned, because Fire say is a force to reckon with in that state. You know, he was he was 2 times governor in the state, and he still have that strong support across the state. Even though that we have APC there, APC knows that the PDP and Fayashe team is a strong team in the state. So Oni, let's just let's keep watching that race.
You see, I am almost, because I feel that name recognition is one of the things because what gave APC even the thing, it was I feel name recognition is one of the key components of our political fortunes. And if you look at the field, you know, I do not see any nobody even knows them even within Ekiti State, all of these people, you know, but they know Segun Oni, and he once won an election, so that's to say that he has a popularity. He lost out to Fayemi, who then lost to Fayoshe. So there's that tradition of one time to return for a second time within Ekiti. You know, my anticipation that is that he is the foremost candidate in that space. I cannot see how they will, even with rigging, I don't see how they can beat him.
Well, man, I am telling you, he have the name recognition. Name recognition never win election. It's a structure that win election. If you have a name recognition and you back it with a strong party, that is how you win election. We have seen many stars in Nigeria that did not join APC or PDP. They went to another party. Many celebrities, they lost. Like the new one that, new guys that just moved to PDP in Lagos, in Etiosa. What's the name of that guy that you guys are celebrating the other day? I can't remember. I don't know. The one that you brought it here, that he declared on the ticket of PD. Is it PDP or APC?
Oh, is it DOG's Paddyman, Banky W?
Banky W.
Yeah.
He was on the ticket on another party last time in 2019. He lost. It is not the name. It is not your name that will win, because you must have people on the ground. You must have established people on the ground working for you across the state, across the whole world in that state, across the whole local government in that state. That is what win election for you. That is the real machine. Those are the people that will carry out. Those are the people that will mobilize people out for you. Those are the people that will be there on election day, manning polling booth and watching all the event. Those are the people that will collect all the result sheet, sign all the result sheet, and know that this is what happened, can give first-hand report on how the election went in each polling unit. But when you don't have it, they will rig election against you.
All right.
Forget about the name.
I'm sticking my neck out to say that guy will be the next
You will
governor.
see. He will come third, if not fourth. Go and mark it down. They will beat him flatly. That they never beat him before. They will beat him down. And we are talking of, no, he cannot win in that state. I'm not saying that he doesn't have the right to test his popularity or go to another if he's so sure. But those two parties to beat them in that state with SDP, he cannot win. Even Omishore, is he as popular as Omishore was on the ticket of SDP in Osun State for governor? He couldn't win.
Adale Goko, maybe if you have gone to PDP, he could have.
He was in PDP. He left PDP to SDP. So Omishore, who is the
go
current
to APC, like ABC, like the two parties.
No, APC is Fayemi now. Fayemi, you remember it was a bitter battle between him and Fayemi when he lost to Fayemi.
Fayemi is not going anymore.
Yeah, but they are political enemies.
But Fayemi they already have a candidate in APC now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Omishore, this is the exact thing that happened to Omishore. He couldn't secure the ticket in PDP in Osun State. Adeleke secured the ticket. But why did Adeleke secure the? Adeleke is the one controlling the structure of the party in that state. So he defeated Omishore. Omishore went out of the party with anger and went to join SDP, the same party that Oni went. Omishore lost. He came third, distant third. Distant. It was at the, I mean, what do you call this thing? The, you know, when they couldn't secure, what do you call it? When APC and PDP could not secure the electoral required number, they went for a rerun. So then Omishore went and teamed up with APC. He went and, you know, joined hand with APC for the current governor in Osun State to win Adeleke, even though they rigged the election, but he finally teamed up with APC, and that was since then he declared his support to APC, and he has been a member of APC, and that was what earned him the national secretary of the party now. So we have seen cases like that. People hurriedly went out of these two parties and to think that their popularity, but they will come back as a failure. So Oni, I don't see him winning. He's just pursuing an effort. It's an effort in futility, as far as I'm concerned.
All right, thank you, Ajande Koko. Ajande Koko, let me go back to Babakure, who rejoins us, and put him the last talking point. Senate passes bill to establish Transport University in Buhari's hometown. So this is getting to become, it's almost like a lottery win. I don't know quite why they're doing this, you know, building railways to a foreign country, citing universities in the middle of nowhere. They're even building a standard hospital for a sparsely populated space. So what's going on exactly? Has Buhari become the king of Nigeria? I thought he was just elected the president from Anambra all the way to Sokoto, not just from Daura. Well, what's the meaning of this? Is the Senate, by the way, passing a bill to cite a university in Buhari's hometown?
Well, thank you for having me back. Anyway, you know, our representative, they are just a rubber stamp, and they are just looking for what they can also grab. So they always do the bid for Buhari, and remember as well that they have the majority in the House, so everything will easily pass through. So that is it, and you can imagine how foolish they are. They don't have any good thing to talk about. In fact, the whole country is a very funny place. Every single person. These people you're talking about, they don't have anything to talk about. They don't have anything to talk. They do not talk about insecurity. They do not talk about joblessness of youth. You know what they are debating on after what you just mentioned. Why Nigeria lost to Ghana. They want to investigate that. So it is showing you where you can check it. You can check it.
Let me show you Daura as you are speaking. This is Daura. What they've turned it into London. This is Daura.
That is it. That is why it is we that we don't know what we are doing. Like that of Jonathan. He's supposed to have also done very well for his hometown.
Look at that. They say there's no electricity, street lights. Look at that. This is Daura.
And that could be powered by solar anyway. It could be solar. So you can see, but this is just one part of Daura anyway. So this is just main road, but
Baba Kure and Obasanjo can't do Ota Road. Obasanjo spent 8 years.
And
Baba Kure, I plowed through that road. If you see that road then when I was in Nigeria compared to now, if you see that Ota road, Baba Kure, now, it's
and good luck, Jonathan. Also, according to information, I've never been to those places anyway. According to information, there was no basic, a lot of basic amenities in his hometown. However, it is good to do that, and at the same time, we too much practicing tribalism politics in Nigeria, which was never like that when Awolowo and Nnamdi Azikiwe and others when they were there. But these days, whatever you can do, you have to do it to your own hometown. You have to do it in your own.
This is what Buhari has fully introduced now. That if you're in government, you favor your own people.
Exactly.
So this is why the South essentially, because if we don't get the presidency in the South, then we've been mugged off or we've been played for fools. Because this guy has favored these people for 8 solid years, and then you have his own person, his clansman again, the president for another 8 years. So when are we going to ever find favor in that country?
And what we are discussing now might as well play against Atiku if he does get a nomination, because I think I'm trying to understand the point of view, because somebody mentioned it on this platform, I think 5 days ago, that how am I sure that Atiku will win Tinubu and stuff like that, or whoever emerged from APC. Now I now realize what could happen, because what you just mentioned here is a very big thing. So the southern part of Nigeria may decide, well, we are not going to vote for this person. It doesn't really matter. Even they bring handicap that cannot even work in the south. That is the
person.
So I think that might as well play out in this coming election. So, well, that is Nigeria for you.
Do you think this coming election will be the most tribal election that we have ever had? It will be all about tribe. Yeah.
Based on my assertion right now, and the way I think now right now with what you just presented and what some people said a few days back, I will say yes.
Yeah.
The reason being that because if you look at the appointment, even the appointment of Buhari, it is just from the northern part of Nigeria, particularly Fulanis. So if you know what they usually do, they will put one Yoruba or one Igbo as a vice or deputy of one parastata, but the leader over there, the boss over there is always Biausa or Fulani. You can check it out.
And then they'll make an Igbo man the spokesperson.
You get it right, man.
Yes.
They will put Yoruba to be the deputy. Then Igbo will be the spokesperson.
Yes.
So there is no doubt that this issue of tribalism and stuff like that will not play out in the next election. And I can tell you, if Atiku get the nomination, we don't know who's going to get it from the south, because
if Atiku gets the nomination, do you think Buhari will rig it in his favor? If Atiku goes up against Tinubu, do you think?
It is quite possible. And even if it doesn't even do anything, I tell you, you can write today's date down. Northern Nigeria will vote masslessly for Atiku. You see a lot of APC that still behind Tinubu.
What will be the consequences of that?
Well,
nothing.
That might be maybe part away. Which you see this flag? Maybe that one we change to Oduduwa.
Because we will see the tone of the campaign to know where the country will go. Because I'm anticipating that it will be a very tribal, a very ethnic election. So if they return another Fulani person to that space and forget it will you know what Atiku will tell you? Say, I look at my age now, I'm only going to be up for 4 years. But that was what Buhari told us. He said, I only want to serve for 4 years. Now you're having to chase him out because he wants a third term, but his health would not allow it.
There's no doubt about that. One man, Atiku has been saying that for a very long time, that he only need one term. And
yes,
that is all the story we always hear from this.
Yes,
just one time. Even if Tinubu get it, let me just get one time. That is what they will be saying. But that's just that's not true. That is not true.
So that will be 16 years now. A child born the moment the moment Buhari became president, it will be an adult by the time they will escape, if we ever escape from the Fulanis, because don't think Atiku will finish and then they'll say, okay, you can have it now. They'll find another story.
Exactly, because that issue of that mindset of domination,
yes,
it is with them.
With their Rufai waiting already. And hold on, and Abubakar Malami, he's going to Kebbi State House to come to Aso Rock again. That's his own plan.
Some punk
Baba Kure, wait. Baba Kure, Mama, are you saying Buhari is gonna work against his party to favor Atiku?
What does Buhari care about? You know, the party is not even interested in that party now, because he sees them as dirty people now. He's in the party with Tinubu and Amechi. Do you think he cares about them? He doesn't care about them.
that would be tragedy.
Buhari has been over there about two things: tribe and religion. That's just Buhari.
What I mean is, Buhari will work against his party to favor another party, Atiku.
He might not do it physically, but he will do. And if he does it physically, what are you going to do about it? You can't do anything about it.
You guys are being so over exaggerating.
He will not go out and be campaigning, of course, because
How can you say Buhari we don't want to return favor to Tinubu? I didn't favor. Woman, what are you talking about, woman?
That's what I'm saying, Mike. Yeah.
Do you think Buhari has respect? Do you think Buhari has respect for Tinubu?
Didn't you see what?
Of course, now. You see anything going on bad between them?
Unbelievable.
Didn't you see what happened?
Buhari is not that evil, woman. I mean, come on,
he's
man.
not. He's not.
Mike, you said what? Buhari is not evil.
It's not that evil to say to just come and down you can't betray his friend like that, man. Someone that didn't favor. That's people against Islam. It's against Islamic principle to do that.
So now Mike is just trying to pull your leg, man. So didn't you see what happened during Goodluck Jonathan and Buhari? Didn't you see what Obasanjo did to his own party at that time? So what are you talking about?
Well, no. That one is different. That one, it wasn't when Obasanjo was leaving office. That one, when Obasanjo left, things that was going on, they were going against him. That's when he eventually turned against them. It wasn't like the woman left, he just betrayed them. That's not what Obasanjo did now. But this one you are trying to accuse Buhari
what do you think Buhari rates more, the APC or his tribe? If you had to pick between the two, which one do you think he will pick?
In a political context, in Nigerian context, it's tribe, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you answered the question. That's it.
But in a political context, it's APC now. I mean, like, at least for now, until later. Kind of like Obasanjo, like for that moment when he was still in politics and the moment he was leaving, he was very loyal to his PDP. But after a while, when he was gone, then he went back to his being loyal to is whatever. I don't know who Obasanjo is loyal to.
Baba, correct. I want to test out one thing. I'm experimenting with colors. So I want to change the color of see the color of your name as it's showing now. Do you think it's better like that or like this?
No. The previous one is better than this.
Yes, I think so too. It's just this
is cool.
Yeah, it's too.
This is mannish, not girlish.
not girlish. Red for danger. Now I don't dare to feel threatened. You know, So yeah. So round off your thoughts on that space, Baba Kure, and then I'll go on to Ajale Koko. So we were talking about Buhari, the Senate, not even Buhari, the Senate passing a bill to establish a university in Buhari's home state.
Yeah, well, that is because they are doing the bit of their masters. Like I said, they have majority in the House of Rep and House of Senate, so everything will goes. Even some greedy people from the southern part of Nigeria will even support it. They will be saying, "Oh, yeah, there is nothing we can," because that is always be their story. Oh, there is nothing we can do because they are more than us. Why don't you just do your own part? The same thing that I just mentioned now is happening to our people on the street. When you tell them to go and vote, they will say, "Oh, why must I vote? If I vote, say my vote is not good." They've already know who they want to put there. So that is it. So
I think this next election, a lot of youths from the East are going to vote, man.
Well,
this next election, like one man said, is going to be very tribal based. Very tribal based. This next election.
I don't dispute that anyway. I don't dispute that because, to be honest, eastern part of Nigeria are more united than Yorubas. There is no doubt about that. So I
disagree. No.
Why do you disagree?
I agree with what you said, Baba Kore, but I disagree with what Mike said, that the Easterners will go out and vote. Because there's, in fact, I think you'll see even less votes from them. They traditionally do not vote because the Easterners, yes, they said they want a Biafran state, so that runs parallel. But more importantly, they will have nobody in the race, apart from
that is true. That is
so
true.
Why would they vote? And then if they don't have, because
I don't think you know what's going on.
Okay, what do you think is going on?
They feel like they're being played right now. Like if you go hang around a lot of Easterners right now, especially the young ones, they feel like Tinubu or this, they're trying to play them. This time they're really going to vote. This right now, they have revenge on their mind. They have
against whom?
Whoever, like whoever their leader says the enemy, they have revenge. Like for example, they're going to
they have revenge
to vote against Tinubu.
No. Why would they have revenge against Tinubu? What has Tinubu done to them?
No, they feel like, first of all, they feel like it's their turn. For one,
right.
Two, they feel like they just feel so like they feel like they got played, man. Because for one, they feel like
by whom? Who's playing them?
Okay, this is what they feel like. They feel like this is what some of my Eastern friends told me. They say the Yorubas play them. Say
in what way? No, you have to describe it, or don't be vague.
What they are saying is that when they were doing Biafran thing, Yorubas were kind of like acting like they were supporting them, just to push them to a position where Yorubas can claim the presidency. So now they feel like, oh wow, we pick up your game, like you played us, So now they want to make sure that they, like, the Yoruba person doesn't win that seat, man. And their leaders are. If you understand Igbo,
I don't know that what you are saying.
When they are speaking Igbo, tell someone to translate for you. You go no.
Don't worry.
They know they talk about English.
There's no rhyme to what you said.
Their leaders are really pushing them. That's the campaign that's going on now.
But why would their leaders be pushing them against the Yorubas? Is the thing.
Because you played them. It's supposed to be their turn.
In what way?
Okay, you like Yorubas were pushing them to be agitating the thing.
The Yorubas were pushing the Biafran narrative.
The people like Fanika, most of the Yoruba leaders were pushing the Biafran for them.
Is a Yoruba leader,
and then even many of them were kind of jumping, and then they pushed them to the point where politically they become weak.
What do you mean they pushed them?
That's what they are saying, but that's not my own belief. But that's what they believe. Many of them believe these days. Like all of a sudden,
if that's a narrative they are painting, that they are dumb in the head. There's no.
No.
Hold on, Charles. You don't. Okay,
no, Mike's right. I get defend my people. No,
your people. Let's say to that.
Right. You know what?
Okay.
Right?
Go on.
The Yoruba played the Igbo. That's a fact. They did.
How so?
They did. Because when Igbo was chatting Biafra because of the killings, the Igbo played them. The Igbo said, no. Why Igbo doing that? The Igbo did it for real. The Igbo want to get president by force. That's why they did that. They know that.
What do you mean? So sorry, were the Yorubas pushing you to do Biafra?
And the Yoruba doesn't want the Igbo to be president. They never does. They never.
No. I think you are mistaken. It's not that the Yorubas don't want the Igbos to be president. It's that the Yorubas, they want to be president too. So it's not that they don't want you to be. It's just that they want it equally. They want it equally.
I go to other social medias in Nigeria. I know your people. I know them. I know their trick. They can't fool me. I know I call them. You know what? Even the that's a fact.
That's what
just make a good point.
One man, was it equal in 1999? Was it equal?
Was what equally?
Was the fact that it was ceded to the Southwest 1999?
Ukgm contended and lost. Ukgm contended in 1999 and lost.
We all know that it was ceded to the Southeast.
Did Ukgm contest?
He dropped out.
He dropped out.
He dropped out.
He dropped out, or he couldn't get the votes. He dropped out.
The nation was pushing the retribution for.
All right, the
nation was one man. You see the point I'm making. They feel like they got played in '99. Now you about to play them
again. What do you mean they got played? You are saying
you see is the fact. One man is facts.
What is facts?
You want to play them twice.
That it was given to the Yorubas 1999.
Who gave it to the Yorubas?
Nigeria gave it to the Yorubas.
Well, Ukgm contested
for what was done to Abiola.
Oh, okay. So why should they? Why
told you Nigeria gave them?
Okay. Even that is false. But hold on, Ete. That is false. But let's take that. You said they gave it to the Yorubas to compensate for not giving Abiola his mandate, which he won, and then they killed him. So you said they did that. So why now are you asking them to give it to the Igbos?
Because they've not had their turn.
Look at that.
They've not.
But you've just given now a reason. You've just given now. You've given no.
If Yoruba didn't have their turn,
have they fought for it?
So what do you want them to do? They should cut their neck off and hang themselves for you to know they fought for it. What else?
How have they fought for it? How have they fought for the presidency?
If a Yoruba president,
don't run away. Don't run from the question. How have they fought?
If the whole Southwest didn't have it, if the whole Southwest have never been president,
right?
We've never been president now.
No, hold on. Ete, how have they? You've described, not even my words or your words. You've described how the Southwest fought for it. So now describe how the Southeast are fought or are fighting for it. You want them to give it to them?
Fighting for it since after the war of Biafra. They have.
Is it Nnamdi Kanu that is leading that fight? Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for the presidency, was he?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
You see, the Yorubas are lying to them. Don't Yorubas are lying. Here's a fact. The Yorubas don't need to fight. They could easily be president, but they need to be. You can easily be president. If you're only want to be able to be president, they never want to be able to be president. That's a fact.
Charles, I still don't know what you want. Do you want Biafra or do you want presidency?
That's a
Which
fact.
one? I don't know what you want.
We don't fall. That's a fact.
This narrative is something that really tires me somewhat. The East accusing the South, the West of betrayal or treachery. It's an open play now. It's an open play, and everybody is invited to participate. And the Yoruba people, they walk their behind off to position themselves at an advantage. So what have you done to position yourself as an advantage?
Woman, that's not true.
Oh, hold on, Charles, because you don't know the backdrop. Let's Ete go for that. What have you done to position yourself to the front?
I'm not Southeast.
Okay, but you argue for them. So
I'm advocating for them. Why? Because of it's not right. 60 years of existence, 60 years of a country, or 60 plus years. I don't know.
What has happened? What has happened? What has happened in those 60 years? We've had two major instances of the Southeast seeking to balkanize the country. Does that show our ambition towards wanting to rule the country? When all of your energy is expended towards balkanizing the country. We had it with Ojukwu, we have it now with this current situation. So what inspires the confidence in anybody
Yorubas
to
are guilty of that too.
look at this guy?
Yeah.
Sunday is
Yorubas are guilty of that
no,
too.
you can't eat your cake and have it now.
We
You
can
can't
still
eat,
argue that the Niger Delta are guilty of that too. They held Nigeria by the balls by kidnapping expatriates and this is not allowing the economy of the country work.
You're not being fair at all, man. You're not being fair.
President.
It just tires me that they are saying it's their turn.
You're not being fair.
That is the whole argument. It is our turn. No argument to underpin, no narrative to build up, not anything.
Central, South, Southwest have all had chance to rule this country.
Do you know why?
That's not fair what they say. We have to correct that statement.
No, let's not even correct it, but let's go on it. Do you know why?
Because of they are marginalized.
No, because they've shown ambition in that direction. What ambition have the Easterners shown in that direction?
One man, funny enough, I was just about to ask.
What you say is incorrect, man. You know that the Southeast has ruled Nigeria twice.
Mike,
the Southwest, in fact,
that's his opinion. But me, funny
the
enough,
Southwest, Obasanjo is the only Yoruba man that's been in power, and Yoruba people didn't. That's not who we wanted. We still haven't felt like we've had our guy.
Give them who they don't
funny
want.
Enough.
Give them a Southeasterner they don't want to.
What do you mean? You mean they didn't want? They didn't want Azikwe. They didn't want Azikwe. They didn't want Ironsi. Is that what you're telling me?
This is called double standard. You can't tell me that Obasanjo is not a Yoruba man. You can't tell me that.
Funny enough.
He's one, and also I can say it's Yoruba halfway. He's a Yoruba man, but it's not who Yoruba people wanted. It's not who Yoruba people went for. And he's the only man Yoruba man has been there.
What is his name and what is his surname?
No, forget all that. But we've had Igbo president and Igbo prime ministers, etc. But let's hear from D.
How many Calabar has been there? How many Africa has been there? Instead of you to be fighting for your own tribe,
no, you're not understanding. Calabar, Cross River, or Akwa Ibom is not a region. It's not a geopolitical zone. We're under South. But we're talking about the political zone, which is Southeast.
No, they should go and fight for it rather than using a tunnel. But let's hear from D, and then we go back to Baba Kure to round up.
Yeah, funny enough, to buttress your point, me, even before this conversation, I was just about to ask, is it the way the Igbos play politics, like we've always said? Is that why that's the only place Tinubu has not gone to yet? And nobody really talk about them, apart from the people in PDP that are from the south that wants to be president. Is not really in the space of anybody talking about the Igbos. Is it the way they play the politics? They are so easy to just bring them on board and carry them along. They don't show like they have an impact in the politics they play in Nigeria. And I think it's an opportunity for them to use this, because I don't think they will even get the ticket, not in PDP and not in APC right now. But maybe while they are still dangling around, the ticket is open, they should just try and push and capitalize on that moving forward, maybe for after 8 years or after 4 years, whenever it's going to be for them to contest. Because I just think the Igbos are not playing the politics of Nigeria the way it's meant to be played. And they have a lot of bitterness in them, which is even affecting them. Some people can't be shouting, you want to be Afghan state today. Some people are complaining about the Hausa. Some Igbos will complain about the Yorubas. So how do you even expect those people to trust you that when you get that power, you won't come there and mess everything up for them? So I think it's the way the Igbos are playing the politics. They need to calm down, forget the pain, allow the bitterness to go, and play along with the system right now, because they have a chance to carry this along. But I don't think they will get tickets going forward in this 2023 election.
No,
they can just use it as a stepping stone to get into the space.
You don't understand Igbo Spain.
All right, forget the Igbo Spain. Forget the Igbo Spain.
My tribe for hundreds of years.
All right, don't worry about
country.
All right. Oh man, this next election will be very tribal, man. Everybody, every tribe, go and get your PVC. Yoruba, if one win,
it's going to be
all
get your
PVC.
Tribe,
why should be in this country? What's the point?
It's time for Yoruba man to be president. We haven't had a Yoruba president yet. And
nobody. Hold on.
You see what he did in Daura, where he fixed the place. We need a president that will fix Yoruba land. We haven't had a president yet because we have been Yoruba have been fixing their land by themselves. We haven't had a president to help us set up our land correctly. So it's time for our turn, man. I'm sorry.
Okay,
all right. No, thank you, Charles. Look, you can leave, though. I don't think anybody. Yeah.
I don't agree with Michael at all.
Thank you.
I don't agree with Michael. The way the space, hello, please. Sorry, I interject.
Yeah, go on.
The way the space is in Nigeria today, we cannot continue. Yes, it's about tribal lines we are saying, but we cannot continue. They paint the wrong narrative in the public space. If Michael comes and never have Yoruba president, I don't think that's a better argument at all. It doesn't make sense in the public space. Because you might claim so Obasanjo is nobody. We all know he's a Yoruba leader.
Did he fix Yoruba land like why he fixed Daura just now? What did he do in Yoruba land? What did Obasanjo do in Yoruba land? Nothing.
Let us be at least be factual in our argument or any presentation before the public like this your own now. Even one man has even said it in this place. We have not gotten leader. Obasanjo was picked by this and that. Come on. We all will not come, but there's a Yoruba man there for 8 years. Now there is one man from South there for 8 years. There is an Hausa man there. See, the Yoruba should at least allow others have their space. If it is their turn, they will also support them.
It's not their turn, though. It's not their turn. I really resent this tonality. Not from you, but just that politics of guilt tripping sort of, it's almost begging, is it begging politics? Is this begging politics? Is it?
So you are telling me that when you look at you're telling me that we should go out and you are telling Yoruba people to go out and pick an Igbo president when we know that when he goes there, he's going to abandon Yoruba people. There's no question about it. We already got the impression that they don't like us. Now we should put them there and give them 8 years of another suffering. Let's give us the Yoruba president now. Let him fix Yoruba land. And then after that, we can have the Eastern president to abandon Yoruba people after we've already fixed our own land. So right now, we need our own president because we can't afford to put the Eastern and that we abandon us.
Across the country space, Mike. Different tribe across the space make the kind of case you are making now. Yoruba will not lead the country for another 60 years. Because you tell us that there have not been any Yoruba. Let me come and tell you there have not been any Yoruba man. Let this one come and tell you there have not been any Ijaw man. Then let it begin to go like that and see. I don't think it will work that way.
Well, is that not what you guys are saying? You are saying it's the Southeastern. You are saying the same thing now. So why are you contradicting yourself?
Yeah.
That's the politics you guys are coming here to play now. They just came here saying it's Southeastern.
You also speak that
I'm telling you, the Southwestern.
It's our turn. One man has made it here before that they pick Obasanjo, that it's not the Yoruba, bad choice. We have said it here severally. That is not supposed to be the narrative. We are not saying even the South is an entitlement. It is true. A guy is pointing out there that they are division in their own, which is true. Some want Biafra, some want Ebola, some want Nigeria. So there are division between themselves on their own. And they want presidency. How can this?
So they can marginalize Yoruba people, Abi. They want presidency. So they can marginalize us.
Hold on. I'm going to come off the screen for a moment, but once you're done, Ajanle Koko, can you pick it up from Governor Soludo'S headquarters under heavy attack? So once you're done with your discussion, go to that. Just give me a moment. Yeah. Carry on, yeah.
All right. Now, like what I was saying, like the position of the Igbos, they are so on their own, they are not allowing Nigerians to make decisions about them. That's the funny thing about their own. Some are saying it's Biafra, some are saying it's the Igbo presidency, You know, what I'm saying now is that they are not together on their own. So it will be difficult for outsiders to come and put them together. So that's why I said the issue of Igbo presidency, well, while I'm very much in support of it, we want an Igbo man to come out and demonstrate his popularity, even if he didn't win now the other election. You know, but let us see the man that will push forward, at least galvanize the entire country, whether from the north or wherever. Because if you say they will not vote people from the north, it's a lie, because there are lots of Igbos also in the north. So we need an Igbo leader that will come up and show the political skill for the people to also buy key to the momentum or ideas, not by making it a thing of turn issue. But if that is the issue, then they should go about it. I don't think it will be ever possible like that in this Nigerian people that I know. This is my position. Igbo should organize themselves and they should want one nation. They should come, you know. This is the only way we can understand that, yes, a leader has come from there. Or a separate party entirely, like the ABUJA and all those ones. Maybe one popular Igbo man can just rise up from nowhere, at least which I've heard is very, you know, that has no, you know, the criminal record or whatever. And tell the public and try to garner some support. I think this kind of move can be very better than say it is our entitlement. It is this or it is that.
Ugo, you know how I see this Igbo thing? I think the Igbos need to watch who they are going to vote for to be president next, because I think that person could help them a lot. If we can have a president in Nigeria that will change the minds of the Igbos about, like the ones that want Biafra, they will stop calling for Biafra, and the ones that have some bitterness with what has happened in the past, and bring them together and at least bring some development to them. If I think if the Igbos can come together as one, no Biafra, just Igbo, Southeast, Igbo people are just talking. Not that some people are calling for Biafra, some people are calling for this. With the way they are now trying to play their own part in the politics of Nigeria today, I think from the coming election after this 2023, they might have a chance. But I think the next president has a lot to do.
TOG, don't you think they don't have interest?
I also believe that we have an Igbo
Thomas, I didn't catch what you said.
Very well.
Don't you think they don't have interest?
They do.
That is what I really think. That is what I think.
What I've noticed is
that, my brother.
Wait, no, Thomas.
Ego, you can't say they will do very well.
They do.
The Rose will do very well.
Like Mike has always said,
do very well.
What I said that if we had an Igbo president, I say he would do. I think he would do well. If we had one, not that.
But the two we had in the past, man, those guys destroyed us, man. I mean, they messed us up.
Mike, I go Ojukwu.
No, Azikwe sold his whole south. He moved everything to the north. He just turned everything upside down.
Mike.
So, I mean, you have to learn from history.
Mike, you said that Obasanjo is not the Yoruba candidate. So are you guys agreeing that Tinubu is your Yoruba candidate before you come another time to say you've not had your candidate again? Because that seems to be the politics you guys are playing. You don't want to accept the fact that Obasanjo is a Yoruba man. So are you accepting that Tinubu is a Yoruba man, so that you will not come in the next 4 years after he messes up? Because it's likely he's going to mess up. It's very likely Tinubu is going to mess up. Very, very likely. So that you will not come 4 years after he messes up and start saying he's not a Yoruba. You see,
let me tell you something. You see, Nigeria, you can't even vouch for anybody. Show Atiku, Tinubu until they get there. Honestly, we've gotten to that point that we can't even trust anybody anymore. And
the
people are
issue is
talking
not
in
about
line
trust.
of
The
tribe.
issue is
Hold on.
are you going to accept the Yoruba man?
Hold on now. We are not fighting here. And if if people would look at it, people would look at it tribally because of like what Mike is saying, like it's going to be tribally because obviously me as a person, I don't care who the Hausa man is, even if you are a Messiah. I don't want an Hausa man there or a Fulani man there next. It's dangerous. We don't know what they can do. We can never trust them. And when I keep saying about the way the Igbos play their politics, go and look at it from 1999
I
till
don't
date.
agree with you.
From
I
1990,
don't
you might
agree
not
with you.
agree. Hold on, let me just land my own point. From 1999 till date, it's obvious in that political space that the Hausas would prefer to do things together in the political space with Yoruba. And it's obviously obvious that Yoruba too would prefer to go with the Hausas. They come together and understand, think in the same direction when it comes to that political space. So what do you think is taking the Igbos out of that space? I think it's all this narrative of separation. Some people from the history, some people just have some kind of feelings about how the,
Propaganda.
so it's quite, so that's why I'm saying the next president has a lot to do to help the Igbos develop their space.
The Hausa can still come into power. They can still have a better Hausa man. We're not going to use Buhari George the Hausa man. Babangida came into this country as a military
You
leader
don't get
and
the
he
point.
led
That's
this
what I'm
country
saying.
like
Even
a
if he's a
democrat.
messiah, I'm
Evil is
telling you why I'm
evil.
saying that is with the way the Northerns are playing that thing. Number one is more like they are
The
Muslimizing
point is,
Nigeria. Hold on.
I will,
Let's get the understanding of where I'm coming from before you start roasting me. It's like they are Muslimizing Nigeria. The way things are, they are doing things that you don't even want to give don't want an Fulani or an Hausa man to come there next because it might carry on with that agenda because they are a bit more religious and tribalistic in their thinking. They don't really care. They can do with Yorubas and say, oh, but they have their own plan. And you can see from the way them El Rufai and all these guys come and be saying, oh, they have the numbers. They can rule Nigeria for 18 years. So I think they can come together and still agree on a thing, even if they are from different parties. And that is why some people are even saying, Buhari might even support Atiku if Atiku gets the ticket. It's a possibility. It's politics. And if it's tribe, it comes into it. If it's religion, it comes into it in that Nigeria. So that's why I think it's dangerous for an Hausa man or a Fulani man to be the next president because it's just like it's going to just carry on. If he aligns with what the Buhari are doing and they plan together,
and the
they will
reason
just
I
carry
told
on
you
their
it's not
plans.
dangerous, allow me to speak. I will be listening to you. The reason I told you it's not dangerous is that we've gotten an Hausa that lead us before in this country. Regardless of the danger you are thinking about, it is very, very obvious and clear that Nigerians want the power in the south. Not that if an Hausa man have it, heaven will fall. No, it can still be a normal Nigeria. And Hausa is in Nigeria, Fulani is in Nigeria. But the point is, the power should come to the south for now. This is what Nigerians believe. No man can just come into this country
And
today, say you
Southwest
are
too.
a
All right. Apologies. My little boy is teething at the moment. So, and usually if I don't hold him, he doesn't settle. So I just had to go settle him. So thank you for that. So let's go
You are welcome back.
yes. Let's go to Ajanle Cocoa and pick it up. We're still staying with the East, but hopefully we're a bit delicate in how we handle this. But this is not a delicate matter for the people involved. The new boy in town, of course, who we're all eulogizing about, welcome party from the ESN slash unknown gunmen. Governor Soludo'S Oguata local government headquarters under heavy attack. So the attack, of course, the attribution to the unknown gunmen and the movement of that state governor is indicative of the fact that he's going to come into conflict very, very quickly with elements within that state. And that has come swift and fast, barely a month into his administration, and already they've shown him what it's all about. What do you make of that, Ajanle Koko?
Talking about this talking about what do you call it? Soludo local government attack is just telling us that Soludo is not doing a good job in that area, in that state. I expected him to have contacted all these people, identify who they are, negotiate with them, and bring them to roundtable discussion and work out things with them. But the way it is showing that it's just talking. It's not really working good. So,
but that would be against the law now.
He gotta give me my robot. Man, that was
let me call back. Let me.
That was my own.
It's all kicking off today.
I got some situation
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Ajale Coco. It's all kicking off. My boy is crying. The Ajale Coco's people are waging war, and it's all.
I hope Ajale Coco is safe because that voice.
I think Ajale Coco.
It sounds like one drug addict that was talking to him.
That's what I'm sure Ajale Coco knows Kung Fu. Don't worry, it's all right. But do you want to take that?
Making a very wonderful point because that guy can really, get into mess with this kind of attack because nearly 1 month. Really, he has not done well on the ground to make such move. You do well on the ground, visit the prison, visit it. Look at what's going on.
All right. Mike, can you lead the conversation on that space? I have to come off the screen again. So lead the conversation on that space as Soludo being attacked by unknown gunmen.
So,
one man, I'm back, man. I just got some people around in my store here trying to act some crazy here.
So don't rob you. Call 911.
No. What?
I heard that. But it sound like junkies, man. It sound like crackheads, man. Like drug addicts.
Yeah, they just, sometimes you just have some crazy people who just so.
Ajale Coco, get gone. You need to buy your own. This American.
So, as I was saying, Soludo, it looks to me that this guy talk too much. He's not doing his job well in getting that place, that state secured. Although we cannot really blame him because he doesn't have the control of the military, he doesn't have the control of the police. But I expected him as a popular governor, that, is familiar with the situation in that place. Before his inauguration, he should have done some work by reaching out, identify different groups, because Abaribe said we have about, how many groups does he have other than IPOB? He said there are some other groups, maybe
30 groups.
Yeah, like 30 groups, or maybe 33. Yeah, 30 or 33.
How did they count themselves?
I mean, she's from there now. I mean, they know them. So, yeah, they know them. I mean, if he doesn't know them directly, I mean, they have some people around that can tell them, oh, this group, they here, this another group here. So, I thought Soludo should have get in touch with them and, sit them down, work some things out, and, agree with them on certain things on how to bring peace to that place. But
Ajale Coco, I want to ask you this question. You know what the ESN and IPOB wants? Do you know that Soludo can't give them?
No,
they can't come into conclusion.
They can give them money now. If you give them money, they will.
No, they don't want money. They want their nation. And Soludo can't.
You know your Igbo man don't want money. Are you serious?
Like you do. So let me tell you this. Mike. Thomas. You see, one thing is to get people and talk to them and ask questions and work things out. But when you don't know them, when you never engage with them, you don't know what they need. You don't know the pains in them, the pains they are going through, and why they are fighting. They can say, oh, we want Biafra nation. It could be more than that. It could be as a result of, the state governor took our land, or the state governor took our business, destroy our place of businesses, and since then we haven't got anything to do, and this is the best thing we could do to challenge them. But we can use the Biafran state, to drive our own selfish agenda too. So, but under civilian rule, the governor have all the resources and has all the connection to engage with his people. So Soludo to me have to do more. Soludo have to do more. So that's the way I see. Somebody is still got a lot of. He have to consult with all the traditional chiefs, all the traditional kings in that state. They can help him better. They know every crime is local, and people in each local government area, they know themselves. They know their people. So if he's really doing his job well as a civilian leader in that state, as #1 leader in that state, he'll be able to identify where they are. Who are they? The people call them what do you call it? What do they call it? Something gunmen. What do they call
it? They claim to be unknown.
Unknown gunmen. There is no unknown gunmen anywhere. They know them. They know where they are. And they can get them. They can talk to them. Talking to them is the most important. You don't have to use gun to pursue them, to fight them. When you want to use gun, that they will not engage you. But if you come in a civilized way, you see the traditional chief, traditional king. They are the #1 source of, they know everything going on around them.
You know how many chiefs they have in that place? Almost every man a chief. Almost every man there, everybody else is a chief, man. This is not like Southwest where you only have a few chiefs. Everybody has a red hat chief, man. So
no, I'm not talking about chief. I'm talking about the kings.
They don't have kings in the East, man.
They have. Who told you they don't have kings?
The Eastern will tell you they don't have kings, man.
They have king in their local area. At least if they don't have king like we have in Yoruba, they know they have their district head, or what did they call it? What did they call it? Community head. So those people know those people. So Soludo has a lot of job to do, and he have to do better than rhetoric or talking big grammar. Cannot do the job alone. If he cannot do well in securing that state, in coming out with a way to negotiate security with those people, he cannot govern that state where all the big program that he tend to do, he won't be able to carry them out. And when he can't carry it out, everything he promised the people, it will come out to be a failure. People will regard him as a failure.
Yeah. Sorry, Thomas. It is precisely because he's trying to carry those things out that they are weighing against him. He has gone to the motor parks to sweep out all the touts, and is putting some digitalized systems for collecting levies at the motor park. And then he's now trying to shut down the Monday sit at home to shut down that aggression that they are using to milk money. So very quickly, it's moving to block all their potholes and is liaising with IPOB as well to get them on board to shut down that element of criminality. And of course, there's a lot of money in that underbelly of criminality that hides under that IPOB narrative. So it is all of that that they are now fighting against, by my reckoning.
Well, if he's trying to take a very harsh approach or a brutal approach to achieve his program as he promised the people, I think it's going to fail. All these people you are talking about, they are already institutionalized. The car park, the Agbero, and all these things. Look at what Lagos State is, Sanwo Olu, not Agbero. They are institutionalized in the society. The way to get rid of them is through negotiation and through a better way of offering a better and a better solution. You can better them, you can take them, you can organize training program and transform that thing into a better way that they can run it, that they won't have to disturb the peace of the state and other things. You are
not answering my question, though.
What's your question?
What Soludo is doing now, it's a microwave solution. What is the main purpose of these guys? What do they want? That's what I want you to address. You haven't addressed that.
That is why I said he has to look out for them. He has to meet with them and know from them what do they want. That question you are asking, he can ask them directly.
They want their supreme leader released from prison. That's what they want. We all know that.
That is it.
That is IPOB. That is IPOB.
Yes.
So who's the sit at home? Is it not IPOB?
That is IPOB. IPOB have, they have disassociated themselves from sit at home. They said they don't want sit at home again.
Come on.
No. I am telling you, hold on. Don't let us run sentiment here. What we don't know, we should not be slamming it as which we know. But what we know that is out there is what we should talk about. IPOB
Very good talk.
IPOB has disassociated themselves from sit at home. They said they don't want sit at home anymore. Sorry.
The IPOB have different factions. Some factions want to sit at home, while the other factions don't want to sit at home. So they have different factions now. So it's not the whole IPOB that are saying they don't want to sit at home. So they're still debating there among themselves. They're still having so it's not really the unilateral voice that's saying they should not sit at home. So they're still, like Samuel Ekpa, for example, he's still telling them to sit at home.
Well, what we know is that
what faction is Samuel Ekpa? What faction is that guy belong to?
I don't know. What I know, the IPOB, the real IPOB that are on the ground in Anambra State, in Igbo land, have said they don't want to sit at home again. They only want their people to come out or sit at home on the day that Nnamdi Kanu, any day they are taking Nnamdi Kanu to court, that is the day they want to observe sit at home, not every Monday. So even for the election that brought Soludo to power today, they call on people to go and vote for the party of their choice. They did not, because they are the leaders, the traditional leaders are talking to IPOB, or rather they have talked to IPOB that they are working on political solution on Nnamdi Kanu case. And the only thing that can bring political solution is for them to work with them. And working with them entails, bringing peace to that area. And to bring peace to that area is, don't sit at home and let us work with the federal government. The leaders are telling them this is what they are doing, and they should join them to find solutions to this thing, because they are giving a very strong guarantee to the federal government that everything will come normal when they release Nnamdi Kanu to them. But how can you guarantee to federal government that, yes, you want to work peacefully with them when you still carry out attack everywhere? So that is why IPOB call on the people before the election, go out and vote. They are not disturbing anybody. So Soludo saw that. He saw that, yes, they are working, they are trying to work with them. And that is why he's trying to work with it too. I mean, they're trying to work with him. And so that's why, after assuming office, he's trying to work with IPOB. So what I'm saying in essence is that the people carrying out this attack, I don't think they are IPOB. There are other groups that are in play over there. And those groups are more important for Soludo to engage with them as well. It's not only IPOB that is fighting this agitation for Biafra. IPOB just happened to be the only bigger group among them with international base and,
Ajale Koko, do you think Soludo is moving too quickly to try to sanitize that space? Because I'm only saying he's gone to the prison to reconfigure how that system works. He's gone to the motor parks to reconfigure how that space works. He's gone to the markets to reconfigure how that space works. He's trying to shut down the sit at home. So all of these spaces that he's reconfiguring, that is the economy of so many people. And a lot of it, illicit, illegal economy. So is it the backlash of his just moving too quickly that we're seeing now? Do you think he should just temper it down a bit and understand that he has to negotiate a bit slower and just carry people along, as they say?
Yes, he has to temper it down. He has to negotiate. He has to bring people around him. He has to talk them out and not confrontational or try to use force. If he want to use force or want to use the power of the state, to crush them, it's going to fail. If the federal government for 7 years cannot subdue these people, you think you can just come yesterday and start making grand? No, you cannot do it.
You know that he has cancelled the office of First Lady?
That is good.
Yeah, but do you know there's an economy around that too?
I don't see any economy around that. It's just nonsense.
You know that space gets a budget, and around that budget is an economy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you mean.
You have to, it's cutting all the labe,
that's the labe too much.
You can't cut the labe now. What are you doing? You can't cut the labe.
You're right. Okay, so you see, it's trying to bring a new order in place. And to achieve that, he has to negotiate his way through it and not confrontational. Because everybody is looking for up to him to succeed in that state. And he has to use the people of that state, particularly the leaders. I'm telling you, traditional leaders know these people. They engage, they know them. So he can use the traditional leaders to, bring these people around and then let them work together. But if he's trying to use the governmental power to crush, he cannot crush nothing. Because who are the people that are going to crush? The police? He just have a working relationship. He cannot even command the police. He cannot even tell the police commissioner of the state that go and do this. That one will not listen to him. That one have to get an order from the above before he act.
Well, why is he not going to Abuja to tell Buhari to release Kanu? and he wants to go. That's the first thing he needs to do. He needs to go to Abuja to go and persuade Buhari to release KANU before he starts saying he wants to talk to those boys.
That is another way. That is another way out. That is another way out. You are saying so. He has to negotiate his way out of this problem and not too controversial. Confrontational means. He cannot achieve it.
Or even trying to use executive order that, oh, this is what I need. Oh, you guys must do this. So, Soludo have a lot of job to do, and it's going to be wise for him.
Do you think this is what we're seeing when somebody comes from academia into politics and they want to, because they've perfected it on the books in academic exercises and the models, they've done all sorts of economic and social models in the universities and whatnot. But in real life, it's different too, and this is what he's discovering now. Governance
different.
is not an academic exercise.
No. Governance is not academic. Governance is not academic. He need good advisor around him that can advise him on. He need to have a political advisor that can help him on political matters, because all he knows is economics and how to manage resources. That is what he knows about. But when it comes to the politics of the politics in governing a state, he might know little, but he won't know much about it. So he needs a very strong political advisor that can help him around political matters, to achieve some solving some political problem in the state. And this issue of IPOB is both political and security matter. So, but politically, he can, if he knows how to play the politics well, he could succeed. And people will be looking, and he could set a template with everybody. I mean, other states around the in the eastern region will be looking at it. Well, how did he achieve it? So, but the best way to achieve it is not through confrontational means. It has to go through a political means and by negotiating and
he has never held any office outside of the governorship of the central bank. Of course, he's held offices in his private life as a career, and this is what we speak to when you say that you have to have experience somewhat. He has never held any elective office. He has never held any position where he has to supervise people on a democratic space. So not being a boss, of course he's been a boss, but he has never held that sort of position, and his lack of experience is what we are seeing playing out now.
Yes, that is what is playing out. And like I said earlier, he just need a very good politician, people that are really on the ground. People around.
Do you think it's in a defining? Ajale Koko, do you think it's in a defining period of his political career now? Because he has one or two ways to go. Is either he pivots to play politics and tone it down, or he doubles down that because he has all the charts how the state should work, and he wants to go by his template rather than infusing his template, because you have to intermarry intellectualism with politicking. But if he wants to stay strict academic, he will find it a struggle governance.
Oh, yeah. If you want to make it strictly academics, it will fail. It will fail because politicians, politicians in Nigeria, they are mainly in that business of politics to make money. So if you, as the head of number one citizen in the number one citizen in that state,
surrounded with politicians. If you don't know how to play your politics well, they will they will work against him to fail. So he need to bring politicians around, work with them, negotiate with them on how to do some things, and then slide in your own thing, how you want to do your own thing too. You have to balance it. You cannot make it totally your own way. But the one way you have to, the best thing for him to do, how can he block the corrupt, the loopholes through which money flip out into their pocket? You can block it gradually, and before they know it, you already block everything. But you can't just be confrontational from day one. If you are too confrontation, they will know his tactics and they will plan against him.
You know, they can easily destroy you. You know, some people, they've been stalwarts in the system for so long.
Yes.
You know, and they're used to things in a certain way. So they are receptive to change too. But you have to bring that change to them gradually. Otherwise, they will just...
because they work hard to get this victory for him, to put him in that position. Politicians are the people at the grassroots. They are the closest people to the common man right there. They are the ones that talk to people.
Are you saying it's politicians are the one doing this to him?
Well, you know, that's his local government that was attacked. So is that not a political?
But we are saying maybe they are unknown gunmen. We can't
forget unknown gunmen. Already, there's no such thing as unknown gunmen.
There's no unknown gunmen. They know them. They know them. Are they not Easterner? Are they not people? Do they not live in some area? They know where they live. Don't mind people say unknown gunmen. They know them. And like I was saying, this guy have to work with traditional leader, with the politician, have to negotiate his way to bring peace. Gra cannot do it. You cannot be confrontational or try to blow too much grammar. They don't listen. Grammar doesn't work. That's where your grammar can work. There's somewhere where you have to talk like people, and people will understand you better. So you need to talk like people. You need to talk to people and bring people closer to, find solution to this problem. So that local government, he has to investigate it, and he has to look out for those people that are really involved through, using the traditional leaders and politicians to locate them so that they can bring them on the table and they can work things out. So it's not by carrying gun, calling on military to call, or calling on police.
Because
this is what the people in the past did.
Yeah, that's what Imo guy did. He called the military, and you know what happened next.
Yes, they have been doing it all in the East. They call on them. The one in Ebonyi did it. It couldn't work. So they have to change the strategy. It couldn't work. They use it. The stay at home on every Monday is still continue. He has called on people to come out and not stay at home. He has used IPOB. It's still not working. So it means something is wrong somewhere. What is wrong? That is where
that stay at home. That stay at home has become an economy in itself, because the hoodlums have taken it over and they're using it as a means to extort. So you're not going to,
Yes. So he has to use his wisdom and look for the best solution to this, and not, that's he has to investigate the attack on that local government, and look for means of using traditional leader the most to locate those guys and negotiate with them. That's the way out.
All right, thank you, Ajale Koko. So still within sort of that space, Sanwo Olu appoints MC Oluomo as chairman of all motor parks in Lagos. So this is a direct affront to the national body NURTW, who once first suspended MC Oluomo for his waywardness and his successes in Lagos. And they were expecting him to show contrition, but he was not contrite. And then they subsequently sacked him. But then he came just yesterday to mock the sacking, confident in what will happen next. And what has happened now is that Sanwo Olu has appointed him, MC Oluomo, as the chairman of all motor parks in Lagos. So what does this mean? This is a direct confrontation against the NURTW. Sorry, who's that? So that's sorry, there's some heavy noise there. So that's one. So that's a direct confrontation against the union. But then is this by extension? So I'm going to make sure. Yeah. Oh, who's that? Who's that heavy? Is that?
It's not me. Where is that? It's somebody else.
Jake.
Is it Rational Mind?
No, Rational Mind. Jake.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. So a direct slap down for the national body is essentially what I was saying. But is it also by extension the Lagos State pulling out of NURTW because they cannot have because they set up a committee within the state parastatal the transport portfolio commission, and then they've made him chairman. So you can't have the NURC collecting levies and then Lagos State collecting levies too. So what does this mean for the totality of that space? And is MC Oluomo now essentially an untouchable in Nigeria? He cannot be supervised by the national body. So all of that are Ajale Koko.
Well, for Lagos State to support or appoint MC Oluomo as the new chairman of this new organization they just set up. I think they call it Lagos State Parking. What do they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ajale Koko, let me bring it to you. It's just a very short read. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has named Musiliu Akisanya, aka MC Oluomo, chairman of Lagos Parks Management Committee, to oversee the affairs of all motor parks in Lagos State. The Parks Committee has 24 members. The Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, disclosed in a statement on Thursday that the committee was in fulfillment of the government's promise to ensure that the events in the National Union of Road Transport Workers was not allowed to threaten law and order in Lagos State. Sanwo-Olu's government on March the 10th suspended NURTW operations in all Lagos parks following the National Union's suspension of MC Oluomo. Mr. Omotosho explained that the government exercised its constitutional right to ensure that Mr. Omotosho explained that the government exercised its constitutional powers to ensure that no vacuum which could disrupt the state's peace was allowed to exist in the park. He added that ensuring peace in the state was a duty the government owed to all citizens and visitors. According to him, committee members were selected following consultation with stakeholders. So that's essentially what played out there. But the sum total of it is that it's also as though they have jettisoned the National Union. So address that, Ajale Koko.
So Lagos State have not really helped MC Oluomo. It looked like they helping him against the NURT. But the action by Lagos State means that NURT is dead.
in Lagos.
The action of Lagos State means that NURC is dead in Lagos because they cannot have two opposing groups operating parks in Lagos. So is the one that is recognized by Lagos State now that can operate in Lagos. But what does the future of this action hold for MC Oluomo? Is another case entirely. What the future hold for Oluomo when another political party come in Lagos? If another political party by tomorrow wins election and in control of Lagos, MC Oluomo will be kicked out of that place. So, but presently, it is good for MC Oluomo that Lagos State is behind him. Lagos State has joined MC Oluomo in fighting against NURT, and we can regard that fight as Lagos State killing NURT in Lagos. So that is about that. But this action,
do you know they can jettison the national and have their own their own transport bodies? This is what they are doing.
This is what they have done now.
I mean, that is not right, Adale Koko.
Hold on.
They have their rights and they know what they know for them to suspend this guy. So why will Lagos State go ahead and appoint him again?
No. You know, it's their political
this
talk.
Adale Koko.
Okay.
You see, the way the Lagos State NRTW works is that for they've been on their own, like over the years, they've been like their own separate. Let me just say, ever since this man has been there, he has been controlling Lagos. What's his name? Tinubu. They've been on their own kind of. They don't really go with the national. So if we're to look at it strictly, this guy that is there, Akinsoya, that is there now, that guy he doesn't deserve that place. But because they use him for their dirty work within Lagos during the election, even pre-election. So that is why that guy is being retained. Because that guy is not somebody that cannot even speak. Yeah, he needs to speak through somebody. I don't know if you guys have heard him speak.
The guy is very articulate. And what do you mean he can't speak?
Very what?
He's very articulate. He speaks very well.
For what?
Which articulate?
What is this guy talking about? Do you know what we're talking about? Akinsoya, we're talking
about. The guy's very articulate now. Yeah. He doesn't speak.
In what language?
Yoruba language now.
In what language?
Yoruba language.
That's fine.
It's Yoruba language, not a language. It's English, so you only have to be articulate in English to be articulate, Abi.
I heard you. Well,
of course, if English is language, his original language is Yoruba.
Thank you. And he must speak very eloquently in the Yoruba language. What else do I want?
Really? The guys I deal with you, man.
Alaye kind of Yoruba. Is that what you call Yoruba?
Alaye language. It's
speak Yoruba better than you.
Come on, Mike. Come on.
Speak pure Yoruba, man. The guys are
when Yoruba nation come, he thinks in English will talk about this.
Oh.
We go Yoruba. We go Yoruba.
Yoruba ló sọ lẹ́nu yẹn ni.
Yorùbá gidi. Yorùbá
those are kind of Yoruba that they're speaking. Is that what you call Yoruba? My God, let's forget that. So what I'm just trying to say is this: over the years, they've always been on their own. They're like another entity of their own. They don't go by the national. Even when when Barua was even like they say Barua banned him or was it maybe they removed him. I mean, look at what the scheming that was going behind within the Lagos State. And then they kind of give the printers like, okay, well, we're going to suspend him. but later they brought him back. So the point is this: just to answer what just to support what Thomas is saying, they've always been like that. That is why finally they had to go back. They had to revert back to the status quo, bringing that guy back. I mean, what does it cost them? Do you know like you? One man will use the word economy. Do you know the economy behind that transport union in Lagos? If they digitalize it, and okay, fine. Let's just say they employ those guys, those Alaye boys, those road safety guys under Musiliu. Let them digitalize it, because the accusation was that Musiliu prints his own ticket. There's the one for the national body. Then he has his own that they print, which runs into millions of naira, not even billions that guy make on his own. So if they digitalize it, okay, I mean, there's a way they can do it. They can barcode it, and then they just snap. I mean, every driver, whatever, they just give a ticket. They just scan it, and then the whole money will go into the. We can't be doing things like look. Okay,
you know, there's a school of thought that guy is not even from Lagos. There's
some people now. Akinsoya. I mean,
is it from Ogun? People say it's from Benin Republic. This is what I've heard.
Even Benin Republic. Benin Republic and Ogun State. Maybe it's from the border town.
That was one of the reasons.
Akinsoya. It's usually Ogun State, Ondo State. Maybe it's a part of Oyo State. So that guy, from what I understand, is an Ijebu guy. But I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But I think he's an Ijebu guy. Akinsoya. So, but the point I'm just trying to make here is this: that they know what they are doing. Lagos State government knows what they're doing. They need him for their dirty work. That's just it.
All right, thank you. So, gentlemen, apologies, a real deep apologies, but my little boy is teething, and there are people around him, but he will not be comforted by anyone apart from myself. So I have to go comfort him because, that's what I have to do. So unfortunately, I might have to bring the session to an abrupt end. I was hoping that he'd be comforted, but he's refusing, to let anybody comfort him. So let me go do that, the duties. So what do you suggest I do? Should I come off screen and just leave it to you guys and come back and shut it down later? Or should I bring it to an end now and then we reconvene? Yeah, so you make that decision for me.
Let's just bring it down, one man. That's my suggestion.
All right, brilliant. So gentlemen, we reconvene. Hopefully we have an afternoon session tomorrow where the conversation...
One man, why is he not sleeping at this hour of the day?
It's teething.
Okay.
So that's what is it's teething. Yeah. So that's the thing, and that's what you could hear in the back. I'm sure you could hear him in the background. He's teething. So we've done all all the gels, everything, but it's not having it. So let me go do that. All right, cheers, boys.